Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Keepo. DJ Keepo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Keepo 806. Once again, that's DJ Keepo 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806 544 7199.
Yeah. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. I don't know why I can't hear myself, but fuck it. Soundboard's always fucked up.
But you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that he needs to fight any other. I think he needs to fight boxers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he called out Dana White, and he's like, any UFC fighter you can throw at me, I'll take him. And it's just like, they don't box.
They don't box, yeah.
I mean, they take boxing, but they're not, they're wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and all that shit. They don't box.
Yeah.
And then what happened to, I thought he was supposed to fight MMA Diaz.
I think that'll probably be later.
I don't think he will do it.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, didn't Diaz call him out after the fight with Masvidal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think there's just something suspicious about all his fights, bro.
Which one?
Like, all of Jake Paul's
man.
fights. Like, because
They're like,
Diaz is always a
rigged.
scrapper, and then he gets in there and he fights him, and he looks like shit. Like, what the fuck? Everything about every fight that he has is just, like, suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wrestling, like WWE.
Yeah.
A lot of action, but you already
On
know who the
stage.
winner is going to be.
Well, then did you see the last face-off? What was it, Friday?
Yeah, when they shoved each other?
Well, did you see the way Mike Perry pushed him?
Nuh-uh.
Well, if you look at it, right when they're headbutting each other, like when they have each other's foreheads together,
Yeah.
Mike Perry does this. He taps them, bro. If you go back and look at it, he taps them, and that's when Jake Paul shoves the shit out of him. He's like, I threw that dude 6 feet. Look it up. Like, I threw that dude 6 feet.
Oh, I mean, like I said, he blocked a few punches and still flew like 3 feet in the ring.
Yeah, but
So-
when you look at when Mike Perry his push, look fake this shit, dude. So when you look at it, he's like he tapped him and then that was it. And that's when Jake Paul shoved the shit out of him.
But they couldn't have possibly weighed the same.
Oh no,
That's off by like 30 or 40
yeah.
pounds.
Jake Paul's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like
he's huge.
He's a big dude. He's about 230, 240.
he's a heavyweight size.
If not more, huh?
They said Perry weighed in at, what, 199?
For real?
And that's the his walking weight.
Shit.
Like he didn't have to cut. So and then homeboy was way bigger than him.
What did he
I bet
weigh?
he's at least 250. He has
I don't
to.
know what he
He's
weighed.
big, man.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's
man.
tall and he's stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of saying I'm not going to watch him, and then I fucking watch him.
I'm guilty. I'm right there with
Yeah.
you. Like, fuck this. This is bullshit.
And then I watch the next fight.
I'm over there texting everybody. Hey, are you watching the fight? Where are you trying to find somewhere to watch it? Right? No, like, my dumb ass over there. I'm just right there too, man.
But do you watch it because you want to see him get his ass whooped?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Same.
But Georgie showed me that crack stream
Oh okay.
because I never knew how to watch fights, for real. And then he showed me crack stream, and I was like, man, they don't play. Like, it never plays. He goes, nah, dude, you got to keep, like, exiting out of the pop-up window.
Yeah.
And then he showed me, and I was like, oh. So, yeah, I do that. And then I get all pissed when I'm stealing the fight, and then it freezes.
Hell yeah.
Ah, this cheap shit.
Piece of shit. It's all free. Hell yeah. Christian showed me another one. He sent me another one. It's something stream. But that's what I watch the fights and games on.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to fight a real boxer. He's only fought one, and he's lost to him, right? Fury's brother.
Oh yeah.
He was a real fighter.
How long ago was that?
That was like 2 fights ago,
Yeah.
3 fights ago.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 fights. I think it was right before Diaz, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he weighed 200 pounds.
Who?
Paul.
No fucking way.
Bullshit.
And Let me see. Perry weighed in at 196.6. So
It didn't
so
look- it didn't
and then
look like
and then Paul was trying to make weight at he was supposed to be under the 200 marker. I think probably at 95, 96, somewhere around there, and he didn't make it. And then as soon as he just weighs in at 200, like fuck it, and then he just rehydrates probably an extra 20
Puts
or
on
30
25
pounds.
pounds.
Bo, did you box?
I did for a little bit. Wasn't very successful, but yeah, I did.
Did you like competitively box though?
In the amateurs, yes.
Okay, so is it safe to say you could easily sweat like 10 pounds?
Yeah.
Like sweat?
I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's
No,
possible.
not
Yeah,
easily,
yeah,
but
yeah,
to
you can
make
do it.
weight.
You can do it. You can do it. I've seen guys do it.
So at least 10 pounds water, which would still make him what, 220?
Shit, once you hydrate after
And
that
then
weigh
he
in,
probably started dehydrating probably about 10 days before too. So it's
Once you eat and then rehydrate, because I'm sure they hook them up to IVs
Yeah.
as soon as
Yeah.
get 'em
Well,
back on,
that's
so.
what Tank did to Ryan, right? That rehydration clause. He
yeah.
couldn't.
well, look at Canelo. He'll make weight, and then fucking next fight, he's coming in weighing, what, 15, 20 pounds heavier?
That's just crazy to me, dude. Like for real.
Yeah. The next fucking day, he's just.
Did you have to cut weight for wrestling?
I didn't. I was in the 275 weight division, and,
So-
and I didn't weigh 275. The heaviest I've weighed in as a wrestler was like 255. And when I was a sophomore, I weighed 217 and was still wrestling the 275.
How the fuck? Why?
Because the weight class is 216 and 275.
Oh, fuck.
That's a big.
And
That's a
then I was
big
like,
ass
well, I'll
gap.
just lose weight and I'll wrestle 215, and then Thomas Rios is there, right?
That's some
and I was like, well, I
powerlifting
might
shit.
as well just go up because I'm not gonna beat Thomas Rios. so I went up, and dude, I just hung, like I was just hanging on for dear life. These big old giant massive motherfuckers who are also seniors too, right?
Yeah.
ACL, coming off of the ACL repair, weighed 217, 220, wrestling seniors that weigh 275, that cut weight to weight 275.
Big dudes. Man.
God damn! I remember one time I wrestled Big Loop, and he weighed in. We were sophomores. He may be a year or so older than I am, and he weighed in about 305 in high school, and I was 220, and I was like, what the fuck? It was an exhibition match. That fucking Big Luke did whatever the fuck it felt like to me. And I was like, man, why did they put me against it? He weighs 100 pounds more than me, man. He's all fresh and everything. He's all big bad motherfucker.
Well, that was powerlifting.
yeah.
Because powerlifting was heavyweight, and heavyweight was 230 and above, and no cap. Like, I went, I've said it before, but I went to, I think, regionals, and this guy named Jerome Flowers was heavyweight, and his actual weight was like almost 400 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I'm fucking 235. So I'm opening with like, I don't know, like 400 on squat, and his opening was 605.
Man, do y'all remember that guy? And I'm gonna think his name Jolly, maybe. Was it Chris Jolly?
From
Yeah,
Estacado?
Man, he's a big black dude. He squatted bench. Man, he was strong.
That
He
name
was-
sounds
he
familiar.
went to
Chris
Labatai.
Jolly.
He was.
Oh, that was
strong.
what Rod?
Wasn't it Rod? Big Rod?
Man, I could have his.
There's
name
Rod Strickland. That motherfucker was a
wrong. He was
beast,
a senior,
bro.
I think, when we got there. He was man. He was strong, dude.
Do y'all? Did you get bussed ninth grade Cavazos for spring ball to Chapman?
Yeah.
Was there anybody that was intimidating when you first got there?
Henry Garza was pretty intimidating for whatever. I think it's because he had a big ass beard, and he was he was all squatting
professional
600
student.
pounds in there, and I was like, and then they were like, hey, during tour days you get to block them every day, and I was like, that's pretty good. Tony Chibuco was pretty intimidating too. I never blocked Tony Chibuco, not one time. I don't even think I actually touched him, right? Like, he either just out-muscled me or
Quickness.
faster than me. And I was like, God damn, I never touched that motherfucker.
Tony Chibuco. senior year, I'm getting like physical as fuck. Even after the whistle, with I want to say it was like Amarillo Sandy. Like the fucking lineman I'm going up against is like this big country fed motherfucker, and he gave me all that I can handle. And so the whistle's blowing, you're just getting out your frustration and shit. And he comes to the huddle and he's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, chill the fuck out." He's like chewing my ass out, and I was like, "Fuck, all right, man, I got it, Tony. My bad, like, I got it." Very next fucking play, he gets ejected because he's throwing swings. I think like someone like chopped, like, cause he was a defensive end, and I think like someone like cut him or chop blocked him, and then he was like, "Motherfucker," and like he's swinging at him, and they're like, "You're," and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" He's like, "Yeah, my bad, bro. I'm tripping."
Hey, but don't do what I do.
But I asked that question because when we got bussed over our 9th grade year at Cavazos, dude, Bubba, Brad Vaughn, I don't know if you know or heard this name. That fucking dude intimidated the fuck out of me. I was just like, I ain't fucking with that white boy. Like, hell no.
He grew up in Arnett, or he lived in Arnett.
I don't know where he lived, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought he lived like on 2nd Street or 2nd Place, right off of that Santa Fe
I
Drive.
don't think he did, but maybe.
Maybe.
But I seen him at the art trail like recently.
Maybe that's a different. I'm
And-
thinking somebody different.
And I was like, dude, I love the shit out of you. I don't want to tell any stories until he comes on the podcast because that's going to be one to tell. But, bro, I was scared as fuck of him. For real. He was a fucking monster, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I was not that I was terrified of everybody.
And he was a sophomore. So, like, when
Y'all were the
when
same
you-
age then?
Like, no, I was a 9th grader
Oh,
still.
okay.
So, I'm thinking this dude's a senior.
Yeah.
And then when we go to two-a-days and I see him there, and I was like, "Oh shit, this dude's a senior." And they're like, "No, well, I'm a sophomore, so he's a junior."
junior,
And I was
yeah.
like, "Holy fuck!"
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was a bad dude, man. Back then when they had those neck rolls,
Oh yeah.
and so like he was already yoked out, and then the neck roll, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking with that dude."
No, he's gonna get on you. I gave everybody respect. Obviously, I was younger than everybody else too, so they always had the upper hand on me my sophomore year, and I just took everything in to like, man, I hate to be thrown around like a rag doll, and that happened to me all football season and all wrestling season. So I decided to gain a whole bunch of weight on purpose so no one could manhandle me ever again. And then I got strong too with it. So now 25 years later, I'm still stuck in that fucking rut. And I was like,
I don't know if there's anyone in this world that can manhandle you and throw you around like a rag doll.
No, and it all began because of that year.
Maybe like a World's Strongest Man competition.
Like maybe, and that's because I'm not as strong as I was. But I think one-on-one, you might beat me in whatever discipline we're doing, but you're not gonna manhandle me.
Yeah.
I might get tired or shit and like can't breathe anymore, and I was like, "Fuck, he got to my ass." But manhandle, you're gonna toss my ass around like a rag doll. That shit ain't gonna happen.
Right. Shit.
Was there anyone that intimidated you?
Man, I'd have to think really hard. And I would say no because, I sat out my sophomore year of football. I went straight baseball.
But not even baseball. No one intimidated you.
I was a cocky son
Yeah.
of a bitch. Dude. I didn't feel like anybody
Could fuck with you?
on the field.
Yeah.
Right. So I always thought I was better probably than I was, But I wouldn't say intimidated me. I looked up to guys, like, damn, these guys they're good. But as far as like intimidation, no. I wanted, I looked up to some guys that were around, that are like, damn, they got
Yeah.
it going on, kind of stuff like that. But no names really come back. And just I remember watching Monterey High School win the state championship in 1996, and there was guys out there that were playing on that team where I was like, damn, they're legit. And those are, and they weren't at our school. We were building up, right? We were building our program up, so I didn't feel like there was any standouts that were like, damn, everybody was tough mentally, but those guys across town that was kind of the guys like, damn.
You made
these guys
varsity
are-
sophomore year?
Yeah.
Was Webster still the coach,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So yeah, he'd been there a couple years at least. And they're just building it up. And by the time we were seniors, we had some really good guys coming in behind us. Benito Gonzalez, Art Gonzalez, Tate Sideman, crazy ass Tate. He was a fucking stud.
He was a shortstop, right?
He was shortstop. He was a fucking stud. And Nick Esqueda fucking came in behind us, played a big role in the success out there. And
Didn't Art make varsity his 9th grade
he
year?
was a ninth grade.
Yeah, he was at
freshman.
He was at
Cavazos,
Cavazos. He made varsity.
Yep. He ended up being a stud,
Yeah.
I mean, that whole family. They're,
Well,
they
that
were
whole
fucking-
family's baseball.
man.
Yeah.
Legit, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, it was kind of building. So, the guys that I thought that were like, man, when I watched that played against, all those guys that were Monterey, that's what kind of. But as far as intimidating, I wasn't in the football scene. And I guarantee you there were some guys probably would fucking whip my ass on the football field out there. But I just wasn't out there with you guys.
I know we got bused to Chapman, 9th grade year, and that's when I met Tony Chibuco and Kobe.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, I still say it to this day. If he had his head on straight, like, and was on the straight and narrow path, I think that dude,
He's a freak,
dude
man.
Kobe, would have been like D1 for sure. And then he was a bad motherfucker, bro.
I thought Vic Davis was gonna go somewhere, man.
Yeah, him too. Yeah.
Man, they were athletic for sure, man.
Vic Davis was, dude, just so athletic, and he didn't even try, bro.
No,
It was like,
not at all.
fuck, man.
Yep.
And then he,
I would
Weird off.
see him right before practice outside Chapman, like smoking a Black and Mild and shit, and I would be like,
Yeah, dude,
"What the
bullshit
fuck?"
today.
And then we go to practice and like just tear our asses up. I'm just like, this dude's a beast, man.
So I thought you were going to say Tony Tabuco because you remember that dude didn't practice the whole time. No. And then he got
in the training room.
Yeah, man, he never practiced. He never practiced. He never lifted weights. He never lifted weights with us.
Strong as fuck still.
And then he shows up and he got cleared to play that week, our first game. We were like, yeah, that dude didn't put in no work.
No, zero.
And then goes out there and doesn't have a fucking problem and outplays all of us, right? Like fucking tearing it up.
Yeah.
You're going like, dude, imagine if he fucking hit the weights and fucking
I know.
and learn. Hey, maybe we had to tell him. I had to tell him every fucking play. Hey, Tony, you got the outside. Which side? Just stay on that side. We're not even switching. There's no strong side. Just stay on the right side because we're not fucking. He didn't. We called defense and he was like,
What is it?
just stay on the right side. Just fucking stay there.
Stand right there. Don't let the quarterback go outside you or the running back. All right.
He was a freak, man. And
He really. He was the greatest high school football player that I saw with my own eyes.
Yeah.
He was untouchable. He was fast. He could have been great. I wish he would have. I remember one time I see him. He was a sophomore and he wrestled my brother, and this was to go to state. And Tony is just dominating my brother this entire wrestling match. And I'm like shocked that a sophomore is doing that to my brother, right? And I'm like I'm not even yelling her, and I'm just like, oh no. And all of a sudden, Tony just gave up, and my brother pinned him, and I was like, what the fuck happened here? I think he realized that my brother was never going to give up, and he gave up.
So he's like, fuck it.
I was like, God, this is fucking hard. And he gave up, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like, I sat there for forever, and it was the first time that I ever seen that happen to him, and I was like, oh, I seen him lose, but I didn't see him get dominated the whole entire time, and then all of a sudden he just pulls something out of his ass and wins this thing, and I was like, who the fuck is this kid? I never seen him before, and then now he's my teammate, and I can't block him, I can't touch him.
He was athletic, man.
Yeah.
He was athletic with a dick this big, soft, fucking soft.
What's that movie, The Program? They're just walking around fucking butt naked. Like, motherfucker,
Well,
put your
do you
on.
remember like 2-a-days he would go to like all the younger like the sophomores and the juniors and like put his dick in their face, remember?
No.
And then he'd be like, "It's black, ain't
I
it?"
put you on right there, fool.
He's like, "It's black, ain't it? It's black, ain't it?" You're like, "Tony, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" Like,
Oh, punch your little dick.
oh fuck, man. I guess we'll start the show, man. Y'all ready?
Damn, I thought we were already on. Shit.
On
I
that
thought we were
fucking,
halfway done. Yeah.
on that fucking note, let's start the show.
John Area. Media.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
What is up? Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show, man. We had to run it back with Boke, man. Got great feedback on you. Said that they thought you were a pussy for all this time, and they were like, "Nah, dude's pretty cool."
Yeah.
Fuck all you
Say it
haters.
to my face. Say it to my face.
Fuck all you haters.
It does smell like vagina.
Thank you for having me back, JP.
Oh man, it was good times, bro. I think that when the recording stopped, I think our conversation got real deep. I think that could have been a podcast within itself.
Right.
Like real talk, man. I'll get straight into it, brother. Eric, I really want to. You know, this fucking is like therapy. You know what I mean? And what I want to get to is like the economy sucks ass right now. People are, it's going through some shit. So bad days are inevitable for all of us. But I want to know how you handle a bad day.
You know, I try not to stress about stuff that I don't have control about.
Yeah.
You minimize as much stress as possible. And even though it's something that needs to be addressed, or it might be something that doesn't even affect you, it's maybe affecting someone else, or it's affecting something on TV or whatever. I got priorities as far as where am I going to put these stresses in categories. So if I see something the media on TV, I'm not even going to pay attention to that. That shit doesn't pertain to me. So now we're on the next level, right? And so if it affects me, but I don't have to dwell on it today, then I'll fix it tomorrow, right? And then there's the ones that need to be fixed immediately, and I'll just fix them. Like I'll get into like zone mode and go fix it. But for the most times, I kind of anticipate that stuff can go wrong, and then I start addressing those things as we go. But even at that, something bad happens to you, you're having such a great day, fuckery happens. And so, all right, fuckery happens. Now, what do I need to do to fix this fuckery? And so I start the process of fixing it, and I'm not overthinking the whole entire thing. I'm actually fixing the problem, and then I'm going to address it. You know, sometimes you might have done something, and they're like, and something bad happens because you should have done this instead of that. Well, instead of dwelling, I should have done this, I should have done this, I should have done this, it should be like, all right, that happened. Now I got to fix this problem.
Yeah.
So quit dwelling on what I could have done and just fix the fucking problem. Like, I really, really hate, and it repeats. And it could be your mom, it could be your significant other. Well, you should have did this. Well, I didn't. I didn't do that. So leave that alone. I don't give a shit what I should have done. I know what I should have done. I actually thought of that before you told me what I should have done. So instead of just keep on telling me that, help me figure out how to fix that problem.
Yeah.
And so that's the approach that I get. Instead of dwelling what I should have done, it's just, all right, what do I have to do to accommodate my issue that I have?
For me personally, I always expect the worst. Because life has been like not the easiest for me ever. Like people that can obtain something so easily, is always for me like hurdles and fucking races to get. So I'm never, even today, like my wife will fucking get so pissed about like booking a trip. She's like, "Are you excited for the trip?" I'm like, "No." And then it's always been like the day or the day before of the trip, and like some shit has happened. I'm just expecting the worst, so I don't get my hopes up on shit. And I guess you can say like I've done so much meditating and YouTube shit to train my mind to just prepare me for anything bad, like legit. And I tell you all this because if I have a bad day, I still don't know how to handle it. I just shut the fuck down, like completely shut down. And I come on here and I preach like positivity and like unity with your friends and everything. But if I have a bad day, like I won't text no one, I won't call no one. My wife, I'll be snippy as fuck with her, and she's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Until I apologize like the next day or a couple hours later, like, "Man, I just having a bad day, blah blah blah." But I still, knowing all the shit that I've like prepared my mind and my brain for, I still suck at having bad days, man. I really do. I completely shut the fuck down. And my mom is my fucking world. I don't go a day without even texting her or talking to her. And if I'm having a bad day, like I won't even call my mom, or because I already know she's just like my wife, like, "What's wrong?" And then I don't want to talk about it. You know, just see you later. You know? So I just shut down. And I wish I was better at it. And my bad days are few and far between, but when they come, I don't handle them very well, in my opinion. I mean, that's me.
Yeah.
But how do you handle your bad days?
To be honest, bro, like I don't have bad days. Like seriously, I'm not saying I'm whatever. I have bad moments.
Yeah.
Well, so you on your bad days, is it a bad moment that makes it a bad day?
Yeah.
You carry it to a bad day. See, I don't do that, bro. Like I used to. That should have fucked up
Yeah.
my whole. A cowboy game, we lose, man. I'm fucking pissed for 2 days, bro.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm with you on the tech game for sure.
Yeah,
Fuck, I get it. Yeah.
So, but it's you have bad moments, and me and Paul have been talking about it because he's trying to, Paul being a little monster on a leash lately. But like you'll have something happen, but it's like Eric said, it's out of your control. Why are you gonna let it control you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some shit's gonna happen, but you're gonna have a fucking shitty day at work or a shitty moment at work.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
why? We have too much time to fucking be happy instead of letting it ruin your whole fucking day. You're gonna go home mad because some shit happened at work it took 10 minutes to fuck up your whole fucking day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why let it?
You're
Why
right.
let it?
You're right, because it's like moments in the day that cause your attitude to be shit, and then it snowballs into
Yeah.
a shitty day.
Yeah, but it's too. We don't know how much time we have here, right?
No, for sure. Yeah.
The time we do have, why are you gonna waste it being pissed off? Why are you gonna waste it letting 10, 15 minutes fuck up your whole fucking day when you can have a badass day once you get home?
And that's the thing, like, I know that, and so I don't resort to being an asshole. I just shut down. And my wife is like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Fuck, leave me alone." And it takes that, and then I'm like, "Fuck, I'm sorry."
But
I'm
how do you
sorry.
think that rolls off on her?
No,
you
yeah.
brought that snowball home. Now it's rolling off on her. You know
Yeah.
that she don't deserve
And
that.
then you give her a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's a fucking pissed off day in the Lopez house. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Yeah.
So it's just, and trust me, bro, it didn't happen overnight to be like that because David knows how pissed off I used. We all did.
Oh, yeah.
We all every day. You know, we fucking carry a bad day, and you carry that shit.
Yeah,
But-
you would have fucking bad months.
Yeah. Child support months. But I mean, real talk, bro. You can't let. It's just everything you go through.
Yeah, everything you're saying makes
you-
perfect fucking sense.
It's all perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, your perspective on a bad day, I mean, because you had a shitty day at work or somebody did or not show up or whatever the case may be. So a bad day to me, man, well, so let's put it this way. You have people around you every day that could make you upset, make you act out at that moment, whatever. But man, if you don't get, as long as you don't get those phone calls, you know, your family members are good, you're healthy. That's a bad day to me, my perspective.
Yeah.
If you get a phone call that somebody in my family is not doing well or something happened to them, that's a bad day to me. Fuck the little shit, right? Like you can't, you know. I'll put it from my personal experience, and I'm sure that's some of what you're talking about, Adrian, is that, you know, I'm over X amount of employees. Man, with the amount of employees that I manage, dude, everybody's got life going on. Something's gonna happen, and shit's gonna go wrong, and they're just gonna have to troubleshoot through the day, and that can't. That's not gonna ruin my day. That's not gonna. I'm not gonna. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna go on. We're gonna be okay. And we're gonna get the day done, and we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
It's not the end all be all, but the bad days come as, man, when we get those phone calls when, man, that shit, something happened, or somebody's ill, or somebody's sick, or that we love. That's what I consider bad days that we can't control, right? And you're like, shit, and then you're that's when my whole body, like, man, it's just like, oh shit. You know, where your heart falls. You know, those are my bad days. Like if something happens to somebody I love, or a good friend of mine, I hear about somebody getting in a bad wreck, or they're in the hospital, or they're you know, they're not here anymore. And you're going like, what the fuck? That's bad days. I think in perspective.
Yeah, you're right. Because even when, like I found, or when my pops had the diagnosis of having cancer, that wasn't a bad day for me. Because I immediately was like, oh, cool. Like, he's going to beat it. You know what I mean? Like, it was never like, oh, my pops might pass away, or he has the chance of passing away. It was just like, well, this is just a little speed bump. He's going to beat it. Like, we're good. And what I should have been doing is, like, preparing, like, my mind and my mentals for the worst. When I say I expect the worst, I didn't expect the worst on that. Like, I was just like, Pops is going to beat it.
Like
He's a hero, bro. Like, ain't nothing bad happen to him, man.
That's your Superman, bro.
It fixed
like,
everything,
so
right?
Exactly.
You didn't think anything was going to happen.
Exactly, bro. So what I'm saying is you're fucking absolutely right. Like, it is all perspective. Because he's saying that was a bad day for him. And when it happened to me, I was like, okay, cool. This is just a diagnosis that my Pops is going to beat. And, like, it wasn't scary to me. It was just like, yeah, man, like, Pops is going to beat it. And, yeah, it fucking sucked, you know?
Yeah.
But I always, like, watch you, and I send you videos, like, you know, of, like, discipline, mindset videos for YouTube or whatever. And I keep going back to this dude, like, David Goggins, man. Like, this dude fucking will just tell a random-ass, like, a podcast, be a guest and talk some shit, and he spits so much fucking knowledge, and I'm like, I want to be like him. I want to train my mind like him. And then I think I'm doing great, and then a bad situation happens at work, and then I've got a shitty attitude from it, and then everything, and then I just shut the fuck down. Just, you know what I mean?
Quit wasting that time, man.
No, yeah, you're
you
right.
Need to quit wasting that time.
You're
man.
right.
It's just, like I was telling Paul, dude, because Paul's like a firecracker right now, you know? Not because he has red pubes, but he's just a firecracker.
He was born that way.
You know, but he
was born with freckles.
He was born with freckles.
Oh yeah,
Fuck your freckles.
you freckle motherfucker.
We need to get Paul in here and tell that story. But yeah, it's just, you know, he's trying to get his wheels turning on trying to change shit. It happens at work all the time is what he's telling me. So it's just, and I get it, bro. You don't. Not every day is gonna be a good day, man. But
No, yeah, for sure.
I mean, well, every day will be a good day that we're here. But it's just you're gonna have fucked up moments at work or driving home.
Leaving that moment, right? Leaving that moment.
You know,
let it go, man.
My approach to work or just even living is, all right, you have this role right here, and that's pretty much the only thing that you can control. There's someone else's role is big, but that's not your job. It's someone else's job.
Yeah.
And so if something happens within this big ass role right here, just know that it exists. Like, okay, your job, whatever your job is. Hey, we're doing some cuts over here. the budgeting is off over here, blah blah blah, whatever it is. It's like, God damn, that's a fucking big ass deal. But is my little circle? How's my little circle? Because none of that shit fucking bothers me, or is even affecting me. Yeah. So as long as what I'm doing in my little circle, I can give a rat's ass if the fucking restroom is not fucking working. I don't give a goddamn shit if the air conditioner is not working. I don't care what happened to so and so at the front desk, whatever. She got yelled at by somebody. I want to know the cheeseman maybe. Like, a la verga, right? But is it affecting my little circle that I have 100% control of?
Yeah.
So just stay in. That's where the term "stay in your lane," right?
Yeah.
It also means that if you're not the boss, don't pretend you're the fucking boss.
Yeah.
And if I'm not the fucking boss, I don't give a goddamn fucking shit. Whatever's happening, that's someone else's big ass fucking problem. My problem is in this little circle right here. And if you can stay in your circle of work, of whatever is happening, hell, you look at the news, you're like, oh, fuck that, man. I can't believe they're protesting in Florida. And I'm like, who gives a goddamn motherfucker about Florida? Is that your backyard? Like, like it's happening, and know that it's happening, but what the fuck are you gonna get worked up at? Like, they're not fucking up your house or anything, right? Your street, your whatever is not down the street.
Yeah.
And so if you can just live in that circle, you'll minimize a whole bunch of stress.
But that's what the news is now, though.
Oh, shit.
The news is just to fucking piss you off.
That's why you don't even pay attention to
exactly.
That shit.
Like,
fuck
I
shit.
watch the news religiously.
Yeah.
Every day. And then probably like the last 5 years, I don't. Like, I just watch it for the weather, and then because it's just gonna, like you said, why do I give a fuck about what the fuck is going on in Florida, or you know what I mean? Like,
I just recently found out what pronouns were, because Alex was like, oh, they got their pronouns, and I was like, what are pronouns? And she told me, and I was like, we're doing that now? And they're like, yeah,
we've been doing that.
And I was like, oh, shit. I said, man, I guess I don't send emails or something, like, because there's not any of that stuff.
Have you seen the pronouns?
They're
like made up words, bro. Like,
the only pronouns I know is
z's, or what the fuck is even that?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not gonna play the game. And if I decide, like, you walk in and whatever I think you are, I'm going to call you sir or ma'am, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't have to participate in your fucking delusion.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was like, I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable to make you comfortable, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to participate in your fucking mental health bullshit.
Yeah,
like, no.
and if I'm 100% unsure, I'm going to call you dog or bro. That's it. Like,
I mean, shave your mustache. I wouldn't call you.
I don't know what you like. You're making this complicated.
Yeah.
Not me.
What really like is funny is the men that like are transitioning to women. Mm-hmm. It's always like the manliest fucking man. It's never like the most feminine fucking guy that you're like. It's always like this big fucking linebacker motherfucker with a wig, and it's like, I don't know if y'all seen that video where that Sonic employee, and he was like, "You called me sir," and he was like, "What do you think that I am?" And he's like this fucking guy in a huge ass linebacker in a dress and a wig, and he's like, "Well, I would say you're a sir." Like, he's like, "I'm not gonna play your bullshit ass game." Like,
I don't know what you're doing with your costume, but bro, and be gay, be gay if you're a dude and you like men, like them. If you're a chick and you like chicks, like them, whatever. But then
shout out Laura Lee.
But if you like now you're trying to play a game that I'm not playing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, all right, bro. All right.
Yeah, I don't.
And I'm gonna call chick. Like, I can see a group of girls, and I say, "Hey, what's up, chicks?" And you're gonna get mad at me because I called you a chick. Get that. And I was like, "Yes, chicks. Y'all are chicks." I go, hey, chicks. And not one of them is gonna get mad because I called them chicks. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you called me a chick."
Pull them tits out.
Put an A's out.
Them A's. That's what I like. I like them A's.
Oh yeah, I forgot my boy. My boy likes little titties.
All of a sudden, last night, he was
They're
like,
my
A's fan.
faves.
So, I'll ask you this: before, like, let's just ask you now. Like now, in maturing, growing up, being a fucking grown up, are you like more sensitive or like more in tune with your emotions, or is it still like I'm a man and I'm gonna cap that shit? Like,
Nah, I used to. I mean, we all used to, right?
Yeah.
We used to be hard asses, but I don't know. I think it's. If you look back at it, back in the day, we never said, "Man, I love you." You know, I
Oh, for
I
sure.
love your ass, dude. And
Yeah.
you know, we never said that shit. And I think after going through life, you know, it's like I want this motherfucker to know I love him, man. You know, I'm thinking about him. You know. It's
to be
just
honest with you, bro, I think back in the day, me and you would say I love you for
back
real.
then,
Like
wasn't when we're
party in Bobby's house days.
in your bed.
No, this
gay.
motherfucker.
There was,
I hope you didn't tell me that.
You love
Hey,
guys,
there was
love 'em.
three
You love guys,
chicks
love 'em.
in the same bed, but yes.
So check
I love
game.
you, bro. I can't believe we pulled this off.
Check game. This motherfucker would like hound me to spend the night at my house, right? And I knew it wasn't because I was cool. It was because my house was cool.
Oh, yeah, the air
This
conditioner.
motherfucker was like, "Oh, he's got air conditioner. Hey, let me spend the night at your house, bro."
His mom,
And all the games.
I know, I was about to say his mom cooks dinner, and then he had video games. He had the Sega, he had the Super
Everything
Nintendo.
new, bro.
Adrian was tired of them sweaty nights.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
And you suck so bad at Sonic the Hedgehog, this motherfucker would just roll your ass up.
Dude, yeah. Any
Yeah.
game.
You still keep your house cold as fuck, JP?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'd be
Yeah.
over there. Fuck, I'm like, JP,
Yeah, fucking air
turn that
conditioner.
fucking shit off, dude. It's
Fucking being in his
freezing in
toilets
here.
and then a fucking air conditioner and then a
Yes,
fan.
and a fan right on time.
It's
Like,
like,
turn
God.
that shit off,
Hey,
JP.
did you have
You fucking
central
get-
air?
Hell no.
Me neither.
Hey, I wanted the fucking pads on the air conditioner outside.
I remember one day Boke was like, "Look, bro, I can see my breath, dude. Turn the fucking air conditioner off."
Dude, that motherfucker like a polar bear, still like that, man. God damn.
Yeah, that motherfucker at my house too. Like ever since I got some air conditioning, I'm like, oh, we gonna keep this motherfucker on.
Cold as
Yeah,
hell.
hell yeah. What's that? 70 or 69, and it feels fine. Like you're nice and comfortable. But if you walk in from the backyard into my house, dude, you feel like you just walked into a meat locker.
Well,
It was
especially if you
fucking-
get out of the pool and walk
Yeah.
in your house, you're like, "I love that guy."
Even I was cold. I was like getting my towel.
Yeah, man. Like, I can sweat in a fucking snowstorm. I mean, I've just always been warm natured, and I've got to have this shit fucking ice cold. And my wife is all pissed off because I already sleep with 3 fucking fans and the AC going. And then I just bought that cooling blanket on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but it's all over fucking TikTok for a
What
cooling
is that
blanket.
about? What the hell is
And
that?
it's like apparently like it doesn't make you hot. Like it stays at a. I think it's full of shit, whatever. Because I bought it and I was like, I'm still fucking hot in this fucking blanket.
Dude, pull this motherfucker
That
out.
makes any
Ice
sense,
bag,
right? Cooler
motherfucker,
blanket,
shit.
like shit. You don't need a blanket if you need cooled off, right? Like,
I'm like, get it the
It's
fuck
supposed
off.
to. It's supposed to
Throw back
like filter air through it or something.
Yeah, but yeah. I have no idea how we got into this fucking.
I
tangent.
know we're supposed to be talking about our emotions.
But I think like
Talking about saying we
as
love
I'm
each
as
other
I'm
in our
getting
20s.
And all of a sudden we're cold.
no, like
Somebody was warm.
I always remember for real, man, like having the most amount of love for you, bro.
Yeah.
Like we went through a lot of shit together and we've never bullshitted each other.
And I blamed a
And-
lot of shit on you.
Well, I'm not saying that, and I don't want to get into that, but we've been through a lot of shit together, and I've always, for as long as I can remember, bro, always kissed your cheek. And you're the
Yeah.
only fucking dude that I've ever done that for, ever in my life. But I was like, I fucking love you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you're my fucking boy. I love you, bro. And that being said, I was always like that hard ass that made fun of you being soft Like, look at this pussy crying, fucking pussy. And then as I'm growing up in age and being, I guess, mature, man, I'll fucking watch a commercial and fucking start crying. Like, La Verga, what the fuck?
What's wrong? Shit, man.
Hey,
Get my allergies off. But
if you want to watch something and start crying, you got to watch The Long Game.
Oh, I heard that's good.
And it's
Big
on
Luke
Netflix
just
right
said
now.
that
It's
last
on-
week. He said it was a bad motherfucking
And
movie.
That's like the fourth time I've heard it.
Dude, you got to watch it,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
And, it was in the 50s, but a lot of that shit is what we went through in the 90s, too. A little bit more progressive with us in the 90s, but you're going to fucking feel like, oh, shit, that was us. That really was us. Like,
what is it?
It's a golfing movie about Mexicans that
Oh,
were
on
playing.
Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
it's on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I saw
You
it.
have to watch
Okay.
it, dude. Like the end, you can't help yourself. You're like,
You're crying like Rudy.
you're like,
Don't bring up that shit. But we can start crying.
I know.
God, that was his favorite fucking
Hey,
movie.
man.
God.
But it's more than Rudy.
Yeah.
It more like Rudy was emotional because he finally got to do it.
Yeah.
These right here, they took it. And you can't tell me jack shit. I took this shit because I'm better than you. And you didn't think I was because I'm Mexican.
You're a pretty good judge of movies and shows, like for real.
Yeah.
Everything you've told me has been legit.
That right there.
Most people tell me you got to watch this, and I'm like
This is
2
bullshit.
episodes. And I was like, man, this is whack, man. Like,
I remember one time we went to go see Inglorious Bastards, right? It was a pretty decent movie. I don't know if you've seen
I've
it.
never seen it. No, I'm not a big movie guy.
It's a Nazi World War II.
if you don't know, Eric loves Hitler. he thought that Hitler was like misunderstood.
Mein Kampf. Not completely, but I did take Nazi Germany at Texas Tech, right? And it took halfway through the semester of that class to realize that Hitler was a bad person. I'm not kidding, bro. If you're in this class, you're like, wow, well, what a great guy. And then when he starts going into Poland, you're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, and it just got worse. It just got worse. You know, in 1939,
Take that to the
30,
Donnie show.
I'll get it. Yeah,
in 1938 or 39, he was the man of the year.
yeah, he was.
What?
And then
Hitler.
I think, hold on, like in 05, 07, when he Time Magazine's Man of the Year too.
That I don't
I
recall
wanna-
that.
I want to say in the
That
early
shit's bullshit anyway,
2000s.
because Caitlyn Jenner is kind of
Oh, shit.
But
He was man of the year.
Oh, shit.
But to go back to what you were saying, bro, about Donnie's podcast, Eric was a guest on Donnie's podcast, and I absolutely was like, I hadn't even heard it yet, but I was so ecstatic because we come up here and we say like some slap dick shit all the time. But if you turn like his brain around and like talk to him about his knowledge on just history like this dude fucking collects World War II memorabilia. You know what I mean? Like artifacts and memorabilia. Like this dude's knowledge will just blow your fucking mind. And I was like so happy because I was like, he comes on here and does slapdick shit, but he'll fucking be brilliant on Donnie's podcast.
Yeah.
And anytime he can show like his worth, I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
And I don't always talk about all my stuff, especially with the guys or whatever. I'm just relaxed, just having a good time, laughing or whatever. But if you bring a topic, a historical topic, a geographical topic, philosophy topic, I got my input on that. That's probably what I'm better than at. But I just like hanging out with the boys. I'd rather just laugh and have a good time than try to preach to you, feed to you.
Even with the Bible, he'll whoop any average Joe's ass with the Bible. And you're like, you know the Bible?
Yeah,
No, I trip out. Okay, yeah, I trip out on San Juan. How much he?
Oh
fucking
yeah, he
knows,
does.
dude. Shout out to that dude, man. 'Cause he we'll have Bible study at work and not even hit to go to church. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell?
And so I can't tell you Luke 3:80 or whatever the thing is, but I have a more of a general idea of what it's talking about, and like, oh, Eric doesn't know anything. He don't go to church. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah blah blah. And then you start saying some stuff. I was like, you do realize I've read the Bible from cover to cover, right? That's I've done that, and I've actually read historical literature that wasn't the Bible that coexisted with the Bible. So you're not going to throw a curveball at me. I know that a lot of these religions broke off and this and that, and that's a part of what I know. That's why I feel like I didn't have to read the Bible completely, because I've already researched it so much that, you know, whatever, you're gonna be the Bible, which is fine. Like, yes, read your Bible, be better, but you don't necessarily have to always be talking about it, because you just need to be better anyways in general. So yeah, that's my
lies with you, man. How well rounded you are as a person, and well spoken, man. That's good shit right there. So
It's funny that you say San Juan, because I'll message him and be like, hey bro, what about like this and this in life, like in general, just life, like, you know, how the fuck is this, and then like instantly, like within what I'm saying, instant, like it's not enough time for someone to Google it, you know what I mean? And then he'll reply back, read this scripture, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then you go to your Bible app and you're like, this motherfucker knows it like off of the rip, like.
he's read it more than once, cover to cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there working, dude, and he'll just.
And that's a.
And how do you know this? And let me ask you this, and then he'll just. I'm like, man, I really don't know a whole lot to even
That dude
go
did
back
it.
and forth with you, but you
Yeah.
tell me what you know, and
Yes.
he'll just.
Dude, and
I love it, dude. It's
and
just
if
like
he
he's
talk
just-
to you for like 2 or 3 straight hours, you don't have to say nothing.
Hey, I'm getting paid for it, so it's all like.
keep talking.
Keep talking.
It's all, yes,
talking.
boss.
Yeah, tell me some more. Tell me some more.
Hey, we didn't get appetizers, bro. Let's get some appetizers.
Hey, don't be bringing those bottom feeders over here.
Dude, when he told me that, I was like, man, come on, bro, you fucking my shit up, man.
I slapped him in the face, legit. You know, we're first like starting to hang out again or whatever, and he's telling me, you know, we don't do birthdays. I don't eat bottom feeder shit. I don't eat pork. I don't eat shrimp. Blah, all this shit, right? Wow. So I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, let's go eat. You know, let's go eat dinner. Our wives bring our wives. He's like, all right, yeah, cool. Where y'all want to roll? I was like, let's go to Jazz.
God damn.
And then it occurred to me, I was like, bro, I just slapped you in the face. Like, you legit just told me you don't eat none of this shit. And I was like, let's go to Jazz.
You're missing out. That's some good shit.
Hey, what did you eat? Zucchini.
Chicken.
Hey, it was fried in that fucking catfish oil.
Oh, man.
Shut up.
I just want to say before we go to break, man, you have no idea what this is doing to my spirit right now. Like,
Hey, no bad days.
just for real, man.
Hey,
Like,
no more bad days,
Having
bro.
y'all fuckers
No
here
more
with
bad
me
days.
right now, man.
Whenever you-
Especially you, Boat, man.
Whenever y'all text me, right, to come out, you know, I started kind of playing, reminiscing in my head, and you know, we used to go out and we'd get
Fuck
late, and we'd drink and get wild and get crazy, and then
Beach.
man, I just remember the times when we were all said and done for the night. You know, like, man, what are we gonna do? Let's go get Whataburger. So all the shenanigans and bullshit we did that night, the good times that come back to me was like, hey man, let's just go get something to eat, and we just sit there and chill and
Laugh
and,
and
and
bullshit.
laugh and eat together.
And watch fights.
And, yeah.
Watch each other fight.
You know, that's what, like, man, it brought a smile to my face. That, man, those were good times.
We
man.
could have just went straight to Whataburger. We didn't have to
Right,
go
we-
through all the up and down.
Yeah, we could have ate. Yeah, we could have just ate,
Yeah.
man. But man, those were good times, man. And when I was thinking, like, man, that was good shit back then, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, after the podcast last week, I understood that I was way too late inviting you on, bro.
That's all good, bro.
Because I mean, yeah, dude, it was great conversation. I enjoyed the fuck out of it, but right now I'm on a whole other level spiritually, and it's all because of y'all. Right now, like it's fucking awesome having all four of us here doing this shit.
Thank you for having
But
us, man.
for real, man. That being said, man, I'm gonna take a break and come right back.
Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.
And we're fucking back. So, we went off on a tangent, and I cut off y'all fuckers. I really do want to know, like, legit, are you in tune? You're the worst motherfucker to ask this question because I know you. Are you in tune with your emotions as you getting older?
I'm aware of my emotions, but
Hold on, let me time out.
yes,
Time out.
Tell me.
For as long as I've known this motherfucker, right? We've seen bad shit happen to our friends, like in front of our eyes. And this fucker's like, yeah, bad shit happens, man. Come on, hey, unlock my door. Like, and I was just like, you a heartless motherfucker, man. Like,
Come down, Kanye West.
I approach everything with and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I could my emotions is if I explode on you, that's an emotion. You're not gonna get other emotions like sappy, maybe every now and then if I got so fucking drunk and shit. But more than likely, that's not the emotion that I'm approaching. I love having a good time. So if it's not a good time, I don't want to make it an emotion. But if something happens, then I just go back to what I just said earlier today. You have to adjust and figure out what to do. There's a story, and when we're talking about emotions, right? Anxiety can be an emotion, right? It is an emotion. So JP and we're driving to Austin. Dude, we're having the worst weather you can have on a road trip. And I can't see more than that wall over there in front of me. And I'm just driving. I got both hands, and I'm trying to see into the rain, into the fog. And I'm driving. I'm so intent on driving that I'm not paying attention to anything. Then all of a sudden, I see JP just shake a little bit. And he turns around and he looks at it. He goes, this shit is fucking scary as fuck, right? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty bad out here. And he was
Go
like,
back to sleep.
He goes, I have so much anxiety right now. He goes, but looking at you with no anxiety makes me feel better. And I was like, yeah, no, we're good. And then I just keep on driving, like, and just going. And that's not the first time I've
you
ever
hide it
done
well?
that.
Hey, let me ask you
I'm
something.
not even hiding it. That's just me.
Inside, you're like, fuck.
No,
fuck
I'm
this
not.
shit.
I am not. I'm not even fuck. God damn. I'm thinking I'm the only person that can get
Handle
us
this
out of
shit,
this
yeah.
shit right now.
Man, I'll tell you a quick story. So we went to Arizona in spring break, right? And so when we go to Arizona, there's two ways you can go. You can go up north through I-40, or you can go through like Las Cruces, I-10,
In
right?
the 10, right?
So this was our second year going to Arizona for spring break, and we would drive and we went for baseball for the kids. So we would make it a little family trip. Well, the first year we went north, and then we came back south, right? So we saw both sides of it, and then so we were going, and Justice, my oldest, was going to bring his little ones with us. And I said, so we'll go down I-10, and I said, hey, we're going back. I want to take you to the mountains, and we'll go through I-40 because
Like they're following you.
yeah, they're following
you.
behind us.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, glad you asked that to just kind of clarify. So they're following us in a different vehicle, and I said, hey, going back, I want to take you up to the mountains, and because it's beautiful up there, and I want y'all to see driving through there. Man, that was a big fucking mistake.
Oh shit.
So we hit the mountains. Like you're in Arizona. It's beautiful. It's fucking 70,
Yeah, you
80
went to
degrees. It's
Flagstaff,
in March.
right?
Yeah. So actually, it cuts across the mountain region. So
Okay.
that's what we went up to, like
Yeah,
Tempe,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
cut
yeah.
up to the mountains. And because man, it's beautiful up there. It's fucking nice. And so we get up there, man. Fuck, it starts snowing. Man, and I'm like,
It's snowing in
the-
March?
in the mountains. We get up in the mountains, it starts
Yeah,
snowing.
dude, the elevation is high.
And so
yeah,
you're
yeah,
climbing
yeah.
that mountain elevation to get up on I-40, right? So we start getting up there, and I said, "Oh fuck, this ain't gonna be good." I said, "Christina, check the weather." She goes, "Man, we're driving right into the fucking storm."
Oh shit.
And I said, "Damn, you think we should turn around, like, and backtrack?" She goes, "Man, it's gonna take us another 2 hours." And I said, "Fuck it, let's go, right?" So we keep going, man, and it just gets heavier and heavier, and we're getting deeper into the mountain, like up in the mountain region. I'm like, oh fuck, man. We start getting in there, and I see a fucking Camaro. It just pulls it, because once you start sliding, it just starts going, right. Because if you start sliding on a slope, then the fucking
Gravity's gonna take you.
gravity pulls you down on that road, right. So I'm like, fuck, man. We get up there, it's fucking bumper to bumper. So there's 4 lanes in the right, 2 lanes on each side, going back and forth through the mountains. So well, fuck, you couldn't drive 2 lanes.
Yeah, yeah.
It was 1 lane on each side, and you have 18-wheelers starting to come in, and you're like, oh shit. That was a time I was nervous, man, and I couldn't show it. I couldn't show that I was nervous, right? Because I got the wife and the 2 kids behind, and then I got my son with my 2 grandkids back there. I'm like, man, if one of these 18-wheelers fucking starts getting off, it ain't stopping that. It ain't stopping it. And if it hits one of us, we're done. Like, we're done. Man, we get through that. I'm like, fuck. I said, let me see that storm. And we come to a dead stop because there was a big wreck. And so then I'm like, man, I hope we can get out of this shit because it's snowing and it's building up and it's building up. I'm like, shit, I hope we can get out of this shit. Good thing we had 4-wheel drives. I had a 4Runner and he has a little Jeep 4-wheel drive. And I was like, shit, man. But outside, I was, you couldn't tell. But inside, I was like, man, just get us out of this shit without anybody else getting hurt. Because if it was me, I would have been like, man, fuck it. I'll deal with it, right? But when you have somebody that you love next to you and behind you, boy, I was nervous, man. I was nervous. I was.
Yeah, dude, it really is. And when you're done with that, you're for sure 100% going to drink a whole bunch of beers. Hey, you get to about 5, and then you finally feel better.
So check this out. We get out of there, and it's fucking windy behind the storm. We're going on I-4. It's fucking windy as fuck, and I'm like, so I'm breathing. I'm like, oh yeah, we got out of there. Shit, we finally get on I-40. Well, then I said, hey, let's pull over. I need to my mind. I just need to reset. I just need to get over, get something to eat, get off the car for a little bit, reset. Well, man, I just see a bunch of cops and up and down the highway, and just parked on the side of the road, and I'm like, shit, something ain't right, man. Something's not right. I said, what the fuck's going on? I just see a lot of cops. We pull into a gas station. Well, man, they have the doors locked, and they're letting you in one at a time. I'm like, fucking Albuquerque's bad, but it ain't that fucking bad, right? Like,
Albuquerque's the worst.
Yeah, but
damn,
JP,
fucking Albuquerque.
man,
I've
I've
never
been
been to a worse place.
Like, I know it's bad, but it ain't that fucking bad, right? So we take off, and then all of a sudden, man, I just see like 3 or 4 cop cars in a row, and it was like Las Cruces. I mean, got from the south, and it was like Albuquerque, and then it was like some sheriff county, whatever. I said, Christina, something ain't right. I said, check the news. So there was a cop killed in Lovington, maybe, or something like that. They pulled over a guy, and he shot a cop. Well, he was on I-40, and they caught him in Albuquerque, dude, and we were driving through that shit when they were searching for him.
God damn.
Wow. I was like, what? I said, man, something ain't right, dude. So, like, he escaped going towards Albuquerque, right? So I was like, God damn, man, I just brought my whole family through a bunch of bullshit, man.
God,
Nothing but pure bullshit,
Man,
dude.
I'm like, damn, what a fucking sorry ass fucking dad, man. Like,
Bro,
shit.
Albuquerque.
You didn't know.
No, wait. You're just trying to get back home, right? He should have took I-10.
Hey, the fucking worst
highway.
stay south of the border, bitch. God,
Take it to the worst highway.
Safer by the border.
You should have just asked Eric.
Right?
And I'm like, I think we're taking I-10.
don't ever take that fucking mountain
Bro,
road.
hey, one time I was driving to Las Vegas in December, right? It was George. George was over there. He was doing his graduation, so he was in Phillies and he's in Las Vegas, and then we went to Salt Lake afterwards. But anyways, we're driving.
Chicago too?
No, he didn't do Chicago. We went to Chicago, but it wasn't that trip.
Yeah, okay.
So we're driving to Las Vegas in December, like 10, 15 days before Christmas. By the time we get to Albuquerque, bro, it's snowing and it's iced over. The whole goddamn fucking I-40 was like, you have to like go around all these fucking cars. Dude,
Yeah,
or
we're, like, stalled out.
No, they're fucking wrecked. They're all fucking
That's
flipped
what I'm
over
saying.
and shit.
I said stalled out, but that's what I'm saying.
They were all
Fucked up.
wrecked,
Yeah.
right? And so we're just zigzagging. All right, cool. Now we're on I-40. I can't remember if I was going the speed limit or not. Probably going the speed limit until I got to Flagstaff. And then I don't know if you've gone through Flagstaff and then up to Vegas from that. Bro, you're going through a national forest, right? And it's fucking snowing. It is fucking deep. You cannot see the road. It's just pure snow.
Shit.
And I'm driving like 15, 20 miles per hour through this motherfucker with both hands at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'm holding on, and I see big rigs over the fucking embankments, nose diving all over the place. And I'm trying to wake up Alex. And I was like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And she's like, she doesn't wake up, bro. Dude, I can't even call 911 because I'm not going to take my hands off these fuckers. I'm not going to stop and help either because, first off, I'm going to get stuck. I don't know what the fuck is happening. So I'm just like, oh, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. And after about an hour, 2 hours, I finally got out of that. And then I had my straight shot to Las Vegas, bro.
Have y'all ever been on a road trip where y'all were passenger seat?
Yeah.
Can y'all sleep?
Fuck no.
Bro, I cannot sleep. If
No,
someone
well,
else
I
is
take it
driving,
back.
I'm
You
not
have
going to
one of
wake
these
up murdered, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not. Like, I'm talking like I just got off of work at 6. Georgie's picked me up. We're fucking heading straight to the Ranger game. And I'm just in the passenger seat, like, fighting sleep. And he's like, hey, go to sleep. I was like, I'm good. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to wake up murdered. Like,
Yeah.
There's a handful of people that I completely trust. Otherwise, if I'm not driving, I don't want to be in that car. Like, I'm the one that's driving.
Yeah.
Because
I can't sleep. Fuck that, dude.
There's been a few trips that we've taken with Jay. It was just me and Jay, and he'll be eating some chips, and he'll drop some chips, bro, like in his fucking lap, and I don't know, but he's or flower seeds or whatever, and I fucking feel the car boom. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And at that point, you already don't trust nobody to drive. You're just hung over your shit from the night before, right? And so I'm looking. He's like, ha, 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 ha. I dropped my chips. Like, bitch, what the fuck, dude? He's like all funny. He's all fucking swerve. Fucking 18-wheelers next to us. Like, come on, man.
Nah, dude.
No,
I
you can't do that.
So
No.
that shit right there, I'm like, dude, and he's laughing his ass off. I'm like, dude, fuck that. Let me
Bro,
fucking
my
drive.
my
I'll stay
latest
away.
road trip was like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was coming back from South Padre. And so this is July 2nd, maybe July 3rd, 1st. And so I'm coming back, right? And I had just partied for like 2 or 3 straight days, right? So now I'm going to drive this whole thing hungover, which is fine. I'm good. And so I don't like going through Sweetwater, and I go through Colorado City. It's faster and it's easier. You don't have to mess with all that traffic in Sweetwater, right? Well, the sun is just beaming on my eyes, and I adjust my eyes, and so I'm looking through the sun, and I can still see everything. Well, when the sun is beaming on your eyes, it's about to go down, right? So when it's down, now it's dark. I can't see a motherfucking thing, bro. My eyes are used to fucking bright ass lights. Now it's dark. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. The only good thing about going from Colorado City to Snyder is that it is literally a straight shot. There's no curves, there's no nothing. It's just like straight. So all right, cool. So I get to
No speed bumps you take at 90 miles an hour.
not
No deer?
not through that route. There's the Sweetwater route. There's speed bumps from construction. But
He
anyway,
totaled our friend's car. Anyways, that's another story.
that's another story. So anyways, so now I get to Snyder. I have to go into a gas station. I look at the LED lights, and once I did that, and I can look at dark again.
I can't
And-
drive in the dark, man.
And then I get to Garza County. They're stripping the roads and everything, dude. It's just a black road.
Fuck, come
No
on.
reflectors, no nothing, no shoulder lines or nothing. They had a center line, but it had no reflectors. And I'm just like, I had to put my brights on. Even cars were coming at me, and I'm just staring at those fucking stripes until I get into Lubbock County, and then everything's all bright and everything. The lights, the reflectors. God damn it.
So, real quick, Bo, are you in tune with your emotions as you get older?
I don't know if I'm in tune. I have them. I'll break down,
But do you show them?
not on purpose. I'll show some emotion every now and then. You know, when I get to talking about certain things, I'll get emotional.
What are those things? Your kids or
Yeah, it's a lot of it's you know,
your kids?
kids, mom, you know, friends that have been loyal.
Some old stories.
Some old stories, some old shit. You know, just talking about things that mean a lot to me. I'll get emotional. Or like the kids that I coach, or like when I have to come to the end with them, you're trying to tell them how fucking I appreciate this shit. You know, we're not gonna. This is pretty much the end of it. You know, and I'll get emotional. You know, just an example, right? That's what I was using it for, just an example. But when I have to address those conversations or those things with people that something that means something to me, I'll show it. And that's not that I want to show it. It's just that, man, it hits me. It's my feels, right? Get soft, and you know, I try to hide it. I try not to deal with it because I don't. You know, I want to be a.
Hard ass.
I want to be. You know. I wanna
Yeah.
You gotta be a man.
Yeah, right.
you gotta
So
be a man.
and it's hard for me not to, right? And but it's like, you know, it'll hit me. Am I in tune with it? Man, I don't know. If I'm in tune or
No,
I know how to
and
handle it and all
maybe
that
I
shit,
asked.
yeah.
Maybe I worded it wrong, but what I'm getting at is like we come from an era that like showing emotion is like soft as fuck. And when I say soft as fuck, the only way to describe it back in the day was like, man, you gay as fuck. You know what I mean?
You're a pussy.
You know, yeah, you're a fucking pussy. And then as I'm getting older, and maybe it's just mature, like being mature, but you're like, I don't give a fuck, in my opinion. And a lot of the time when I was going through some sad shit with my dad, I didn't want my boy Isaiah to see me, like, you know, like, so I'd man the shit up when he would come around, and he was just a kid. And then now, as he is, you know, an adult, I don't give a fuck. Like, he'll come in and he'll see me, like, having a deep conversation with my wife, and, like, he'll see me crying, and he's like, and I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, as a, you know, how I used to be, I'd be like, you know, like, oh, like, I'm not gonna let this, I'm not gonna let this kid see me soft as fuck.
Yeah, hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now I don't care. If he sees me crying, and he knows that, because he don't ask me like, hey, what are you crying for? But he knows like, oh, I'll just let him have his time, and then he'll come back and ask me some shit, and it was just like he never saw me doing that. Saying that, if I ever saw my Superman, which is my dad, being soft as fuck, I don't know if it would change my outcome or my perspective on him to be like, oh shit, this dude is human. I don't know if that changes his perspective or not, but I say all this to say that I don't hide my feelings and my emotions no more. If he fucking came and he fucking saw me crying, talking to my wife in a deep conversation, I'm not quote unquote, manning that shit up no more. You know what I mean? I'm just
But
not.
You're not masking it up. You're just letting,
Yeah.
letting it go as it comes.
But
Yeah.
you can have that conversation with his mom and being that way. It's not like he's gonna see you at fucking Aranda's crying and shit, talking to
Yeah,
somebody
you're
else
right.
too.
Yeah.
So you're talking to his mother, which he knows everything because both of them grew up together. And so whatever is happening, then that's not even a thing. I don't think Isaiah would think like, oh, JP's crying with my mom. You're married to his mother, and so that's not a thing. But then again, you just randomly he walks into freaking I don't know. We just say that you're downtown at the library and you're crying to somebody. You're like, I fucking saw JP fucking crying, right? So there's moments where it's very valid, and even the like you're downtown and you're crying, that could have been valid too. But then he might have seen that differently.
You'd be like,
But
"This
you can
pussy."
you're like,
But are you
and you
afraid-
don't
are
have
you-
to care. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I'm doing, or whatever.
yeah.
But I think at that moment you'd be like, oh shit, fucking goddamn fucking Isaiah's here. Like I can't be like that. So you do have half of it, and then the other half, you still gotta be fucking tough.
Yeah.
You gotta be tough always. And so I have my moments. It's rare that anybody ever sees it. It might even be rare for Alex to see any moments. And it's not like I'm truly just being tough. It's just that I've just adjusted to those situations, and I just need to keep on keeping on. And so you got to be in tune to your emotions, to your feelings. Now, you might have outbursts like, nah, fuck that motherfucker, and you fucking just unleash on that. And like, when I unleash on you and I say a whole bunch of rambling shit, you probably fucked up somewhere along the lines.
Yeah.
And so it's almost therapeutic for me to actually say stuff like that.
It's funny you say that because we talk about emotions about being soft, but like emotions, whenever something like you have judgment or you have something that fucking pisses you off, and I'll give you an example. So yesterday, so this week, Luke was able to help out a group of players here in town and played here in Lubbock this week, and then when they got down to, it was a 5-day tournament. When they got down to the 4th or 5th day, we had a couple kids that didn't show up. And whether it was their playing time or whatever it was, they were upset, right? Well, I know one of the dads real good, and he's a friend of mine. Well, I saw him yesterday, and I said, hey, man, it pissed me off that he didn't show up, because when you commit to something, I taught his kid.
You commit to something.
No matter whether it's fucking good or bad, you show up to the very end, and then you decide next time if they actually play, you decide you want to play.
Yeah.
Well, it pissed me the fuck off. Man, it pissed me off that he didn't show back up that last day, and I've coached this kid for a few years, because what we've taught him, where we come from, you fucking stick it out. You be the fucking dugout guy. You be there. Well, my emotions got to me. So when I saw his dad, I fucking, hey, dude, I didn't see, this guy at the game. What the fuck's up? Well, he didn't play. I said, look, I lost it. Dude, you commit to something, fucking, you got to show them how to fucking finish it out.
Yeah.
You don't fucking just quit. And we got into an argument. And he's a friend of mine, right? But I let my emotions and my judgment fuck that up, right?
You let both take over.
Man, I'm like, dude, you cannot do that shit, right? But I still want to be his friend, but at the same time, I should have just checked my emotions and said, look, that's not my kid. You raise him how you want to. But fuck, I took some, it kind of fucking pissed me off, because that's not the way I want him to know, to live his life.
But at the same time, you put your heart and your time into these kids, man.
So, like, in tune with your emotion, but man, I don't know how to check that. Like, like without getting into an argument with one of my
Yes.
friends, because it's his kid, it's not mine.
I'm glad you said that. I
And
really
so,
did.
fuck, man, I'm going like, hey, bro, you still fucking show up? Like, fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like, you still show up and you finish it out. You committed it. You said, yes, I'll play. Granted, he didn't play very much, but at the same time, but that my emotions and the fuck what you're talking about, control it or fucking do I check it or how do I do that? How do I handle that? Because it pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I have a cousin who carries my grandpa's last name, which is not my last name. He carries my grandpa Revilla as his last name, right? And he has the potential to be in the NFL. Wow. And I'm not saying that because he's my cousin. Eric will vouch for that. Like, potential. Not saying this boy's going to be in the NFL. He has the potential to be in the NFL.
They're putting to work.
So he has my grandpa's last name, which I fucking love. I take pride in my grandpa because he's the guy that's showed me more than my dad, which my dad was a Superman, but my grandpa showed me more like how to treat a woman, how to love a woman, how to be a family man, how to like he's and I'm not like talking shit about my dad, but my grandpa showed me a lot of shit. So he carries my grandpa's last name, and I value that more than anything. So I'm telling you all this because I take care of this kid, man. Like, this is my boy. He can easily not charge me to train him. I'm like, no, man, like, this is your business. You tell me your rate. And of course, he's giving me a fucking cut rate, homeboy cut rate price, but it's still money I pay to him to train my cousin. And I'm telling you all this because I let my emotions get the best of me this weekend. Like, he was late to show up to Eric training him, and it just so happened that I'm in the gym the same time, and he's like, "Where's your boy?" So I'm fucking eating his ass. Like, where the fuck you at? Like, hey, dude. And then he fucking shows up late, and I'm like, you don't have the privilege to show up late, kid. Like, this Eric is waiting on you. Like, Eric is gold. You should be coming early. And then after it's all said and done, I'm like, he's a fucking kid. Like, I shouldn't have ate his ass like I did. You know what I mean? I get it. Kids need their foot in their ass sometimes, but he's never done that. You know, like, he's never, to my knowledge, he's never done that.
No, not that late.
So,
like maybe a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he's never done that, and I just went straight foot in the ass. So I never told him I'm sorry. Like, I told him I chewed his ass out, and he was like straight up, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. But then going home in my mind, I'm like, I let my emotions get the best of me. I mean, a kid is gonna. What kid isn't gonna fuck up? You know?
Yeah.
And I was just beating myself up.
He's actually not in charge of getting himself there either. So someone else is in charge of getting
But
into the gym.
I felt bad because I instantly went to rage and I was like, kid, like, blah, 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 blah.
I'm the same way. I feel bad because it's not my kid, first of all.
Yeah.
And then I'm over there talking shit. Like,
But-
damn, when do I check my emotions? When is it okay? When is it not?
Well-
you know, when do I take ownership in that and in that deal? So, man, it's hard. To have it in check, I still have blow up.
Like, see, you're on a different stage. And when I say stage, I'm not saying your stages, my stage or your stage are better than each other. Is that you're trying to win in a game, and I'm not trying to win. So my emotions are a little bit more checked. Now I might be like, God damn, this fucking goddamn kid, what a fucking worthless motherfucker. And I'm not saying his cousin, I'm just saying in general, right?
Right. Well, even like adult that wants to.
Yeah,
he
of
wants to get in
course. Like,
shape
if
or
you're not
whatever.
giving me the fucking effort, like, you're fucking worthless, I'm still gonna be just like, all right, 1, 2, 3,
If you're
4.
not in, why should I be in?
And like, I'll count, and then all right, I get paid or whatever with a fucking terrible session. You're trying to win, and I told somebody else, like,
But
I go,
no,
like,
so,
I can't
so
get.
I'm gonna interrupt you because
Go.
I think the principle of the whole why I was mad wasn't because we were trying to win. Because I wasn't coaching the team.
Okay.
I'm sitting back as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
But I know he's committed to that team to go play.
Yes. Yes.
I'm pissed off because I think it's only right that if you commit to something, you got to finish it. So,
Yeah.
like, we didn't care. Like, I didn't care if that team won or not.
Yeah.
All I cared was that you didn't fucking show up when you told
Yes.
them you were gonna fucking be committed.
And that's a true fucking story. And maybe it's not about the wins or losses, but there's a fucking team.
Right.
I'm not coaching a team. I'm doing strength and conditioning for a kid. So whatever effort that he gives me, now I might just like, God, man, like if you give me some effort and you suck so bad, but you gave me some effort, I'm fine with that.
Deal with it.
But if you're fucking just moping around and doing whatever, I kind of get furious. But also at the same time, I'm just fucking standing there and I'm like, when the fuck is the clock gonna end, right? It's like, all right, kid, you're done. Get the fuck out of here.
So I already know how it's his business to be professional. Your business is to be foot in the ass. How do you deal with laziness, bro?
Oh, I hate lazy people.
Oh my goodness.
Like for real, how do you?
Shit,
how-
I deal with it more with my employees than I do with fucking grown ass men. Like seriously, like
yeah.
I deal with that shit. The kids, man, like at this age, right? At this age, they want to be there. If they're not, they're coming because they either they want to be part of it. And I'm gonna go back to grown ass men that
Oh no shit.
man, there's some lazy fucking people in this world. How do I deal with it? It's almost like to a deal where you're like, man, if you don't want it, I ain't fucking with you. Like I ain't like hey,
No, you get cut off.
yeah, like you say, hey, look, you want to be here, or you don't. Like if you're gonna show up, you're gonna get paid to work, right? Like you're not gonna fucking just sit here. Lazy kids weed themselves out because they just don't want it, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just reality. Like you. And then we had this conversation right last week about you want it more than your kids. If they're there and they're there because somebody's taking them and making them be there. If they're lazy, it's because they don't have no passion. They don't have no want to, right? And so that they weed themselves out at this point. But I don't know. I mean, like even my kid gets a little lackadaisical sometimes. I got to chew his ass out, right? So hey, we're going to the gym. Let's go. Get up. Hey, I don't feel good. I said, get in the shower. Get something to eat, drink some water, and then let me know how you feel in about 30 to 40 minutes. I said, he'll be coming back from a rough day or, because he's been working out and doing football shit in the morning. And, he had a game, actually. He went to work out, he had a game, and then I said, hey, we're going to go work out. He said, and I'm exhausted. I said, look, what you need is a shower, you need some food, you need some water. I said, we're not going to go work out crazy. I said, we're going to spend about 30 to 40 minutes and we're gonna hit a certain lifts or whatever. I said, so get you something to eat, lay down for a little bit, cool off, relax. Shit, in about an hour, he was like, I'm good. What time we going? I said, all right, that's what you just need some fuel. You need to just re-energize. Those kids got fucking
Bro,
they can go and go, bro.
They wake up the next day and you fucking annihilated them. They're not even that sore.
So Coach David, not my boy that came up, Coach David, right? That's the mindset that I want you to be in, right? Do you have a lot of single mom kids or no?
We have a couple here and there.
So not a lot?
Not a lot, man. Not a
And
lot.
then, so for the majority, dad's in the life, like, right?
Yep.
And you still have lazy kids?
I think we have soft kids, man. I wouldn't say they're lazy.
Not lazy, just soft?
So when I say soft, I don't want
No, I don't want you to be politically incorrect, like, for real. Like,
politically
Speak,
yes.
David.
yeah, for real.
Speak, David.
Politically incorrect is what we want to hear.
He's like, they wouldn't be my motherfucking kids. Speak it on.
It's more soft than laziness.
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so. We don't get a
Because
on
the outside looking in, I'm thinking it's gonna be more lazy than softness.
So the deal is that when we had a lot of younger kids, we weeded it out. We weeded them out throughout the years. Hey, If you're not gonna
Yeah,
go
when they
100
get to you, they've already weeded out the.
Yeah, so
okay.
so we're going like, man, if you ain't going 100, hey, you're not getting called back. Like you're not coming back. Like look, Monty said it last week. Like, we're not for everybody. There's some kid and everybody that we had this last year that we finished with, they all had motors, man. They all had motors. Now, were they getting the results? Not all that we wanted, yeah, because it's hard. It's a hard game, you know. But the motor was there. The motor was there, and everybody that we had. So, but when we're coaching 7, 8, 19-year-old kids, it's just you can't hold them to that. I mean, they have days where they come out and they're good, and they have days they don't feel good. You can't really be hard on those young kids, right? So, but the kids that we had that we carried every year, by the time we got to 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, they all had motors, man. They were all I mean, they bought in. They were there because they wanted to be there and that kind of stuff. So, were we the best? No, we weren't. But we had kids that would listen, that were coachable, that were ready to go. And so that was all you could ask for.
Can I tell you something that meant it meant a lot to me when you said we put in development time with this kid. So granted, like the Broadway play show, this motherfucker was the tree. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that was just a 1 hour play. Behind the scenes, you were putting in 6 hours of work with this kid.
Grinding.
You know what I mean? That tells me enough about you and Monty that y'all put in the development time with the kid, and then for his mom to be like, fuck y'all, we're going to another team because I'm tired of my kid being the tree. Yep. You know what I mean?
It happens.
But I'm saying all that because I see that I'm in the gym. I live in the gym. I really do. Like, my diet was horrible, and you might not tell that I fucking live in the gym. But I live in the gym, but I keep bringing it back to my boy, man. Like, this dude's clientele is, like, ridiculous. Like, he's got PGA golfers. He's got, like, this dude's, like, he's trained the best of the best and made them what the fuck they were. Whether he wants to admit it or not, I fucking know he's made them what they are. So, my boy Eric is training, like, random fucking people, whatever, and I'm just like, these people are, like, paying him to be what the fuck they are. Like, these kids are not paying y'all what y'all are doing. Like, they're worth, like, what y'all worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting his worth.
Yeah, but JP, that's not why we do it, man.
No, and that's what I'm glad you said that. Exactly what I'm saying. You guys are doing it out of the kindness of y'all's heart. Like, hey man, I'm being real with you. The kid's got potential and we're giving him developmental time. Just stick with us. Yep. But then Pitt's like, I don't want my kid to be a tree. Fuck you. You know what I mean? And that just blows my mind. Yeah, it does.
It's because you understand it. You know what it takes to be successful in anything. It takes hard work. Sometimes it takes to stand and give somebody some shade before it's your time to shine, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's what it takes, man. Hell, we sat behind and we grinded behind people that were at the starting position, and we fucking put in work. We went to the weight room. And then whenever it was your time to shine, you were fucking ready. Whenever you got your opportunity, you're fucking ready to go. Yep. You know what it takes. Some people don't, man. They don't understand the hours and what you got to do to put into it to be.
That's fucking
badass.
Right?
I got to train. I got to train with my idols. You asked me who I was scared of. I said Henry, right, Garza, and y'all may not think that or whatever, but I'm a fucking little kid, right? But then I got to be your backup at defensive end. I see this guy right here running routes. I wish I could have ran routes. I bet I could have been at least a tight end, but
just not against Coronado.
I don't run routes against Coronado. But you know what?
Hey, that dude spent fucking years in the league, bro. That fucking dude is badass.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, though. Against Coronado, My junior year, my sole job was to block Mike Smith.
Yeah.
And so we all know who Mike Smith is. He's an established collegiate football player and made it to the NFL from Coronado. So my moment with
Who is an NFL coach?
yes,
right
he's
now.
he's the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. My sole job was to block him on every single snap when we played against him. Right, the week before he scores. I mean, not scores, but he makes 28 tackles in a game. And I'm already thinking, I watched film, and I was like, I'm going to have to block this guy. There's not a person that's on this football team that can block him on every single snap, except for me. So I'm like, I'm going to block him. I'm thinking to myself. So when I show up to work or to school, I tell Coach, or I was about to tell Coach, and Coach grabbed me and put me into his office. He's like, hey, I'm going to have you block Mike Smith on every single snap. I was just about to tell you the same thing. Like, there's zero way that we have a chance in this football game unless I'm the one that's going to have to block him on every single snap. So I did. I blocked. And on 2 separate occasions, I had 2 kill shots. If I would have hit a lesser man, they literally would have been kill shots. These people wouldn't have not gotten back up, and not by if they did, it was because they got carted off. So I hit Mike the first time. I hit him so hard, he's not paying attention to me at all. I hit him so hard that I was like, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. And right at the last second, he looks at me square in the eyes and he braces himself, and we just hit so hard to each other, boom, and we look at each other like, oh, fuck me. My internal organs vibrated. I'm sure his did too. That's the first time I've ever had internal organs vibrate. And so and we're still standing, and we just look at each other. The fucking play's way the fuck over there, and we just look at each other like, go to the huddle. It takes me about 4 or 5 plays to recover from hitting somebody that hard and getting hit back that hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far along it was after that, but it happened again. I'm about to murder him again. I unleash and give him everything I had. And he hits me back. Internal organs vibrate all over again. I was like, God damn it, dude. I don't want to fucking hit this motherfucker anymore. And he may or may not have thought the same thing, but at that particular moment, we're both in high school. I'm sure he got hit harder in college and the pros, but at that particular moment,
Outside looking in, we drank with him at Chimmy's when he became a coach at Tech.
yes.
Oh, no shit.
We did.
Oh, okay.
And he gave this dude so much props. This dude is, I don't understand why Lubbockites, like Lubbock period, don't celebrate Mike Smith. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I think Lubbock's full of a lot of
like
fucking
he's straight up fucking from like Lubbock, Coronado, went to the fucking league, coached Tech, and then now he's still a coach in the league. But I'm telling you all this because we are legit drinking with him at Chimmy's, and Eric's like, "Oh yeah, Mike Smith." I don't even know who the fuck Mike Smith is. I really don't. And then I was just like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he plays for Tech." I was like, "Oh."
He played for Tech at that.
No, he said he played for Tech. And I was like, "Oh." And then he's like, "Yeah, he's in the league." And I was straight up didn't know not because I didn't care, I just didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? At that time of my life. Mm-hmm. So then when he tells me that, I was like, "Oh shit. Like, you play in the league?" And he's like, at the time he was with the Ravens and he was here in Lubbock drinking with us at Chimmy's.
Oh shit.
But then he fucking straight up tells me, he was like, I've never ever, I've been in the league so many years, I've never ever ever in my life been hit as hard as I've ever been hit by your boy right here.
No shit.
And then I was just like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, it validated like a championship for me. Like, that's my boy. Like, we won. Like, Like, you're in the league, like, goddamn. But then he was like, yeah, like, he rung my fucking bell. I've never been hit ever in my life as hard as, like, your boy hit me, whatever game, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, shit. Like, we won the championship, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, we fucking won. But I'm telling you all that because I don't understand why Lubbock doesn't celebrate Mike Smith. I really don't.
Dude, we don't celebrate anybody.
You know that guy.
Lubbock has a lot of haters, man, to be honest with you. Right or wrong.
You're right. You're right.
Right or wrong. They don't want to see nobody excel, bro.
You know, Mike Smith was a badass baseball player.
Oh, for real?
God damn, that
Baseball, too.
motherfucker is 6'4".
So he was
230?
I want to say he played center field. I think he led I know he led the district in home runs because it was like 12 or 13 for just district play. But he was a badass baseball player. He might have got drafted. I had to look that up, but he was that good. He could have played either football or baseball, right? Even like a lot of those guys that Kevin Curtis, that was the same year, right? So
Yeah.
he was up there, but he was a badass baseball player, man. He was really
Damn,
good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it makes sense because that
No, he
motherfucker
was-
was so fucking athletic, so
No,
tall.
he was badass. He was
Yeah.
good. He was good. He was a good one. You look it up. He might have got drafted in baseball.
You know the greatest high school baseball player that I ever saw was Cedric Benson.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
God, baseball.
Yeah, he ended Lubbock High's.
I was there.
When
dude.
these home runs in
I-
the Smiths?
I was there when Nick saw that fucking home
Yeah.
run. Like,
Niggas scared
Wait,
of
hit fucking university.
So I think he was a sophomore.
it was at
junior.
LCU, right?
It was a junior year.
No, he did a LCU, but then there was
No,
that
when he
Western.
ended like the Westerners
Oh,
run.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
at
LH.
LCU's.
No,
field.
no, it was
I thought it was
it
at
was at
Coronado
Western.
field.
No, it was at Westerner Field.
Which
What
one?
what I saw right there by the Buddy Holly down there.
Boy ass fucking
This
bitch
was
ass
this
Nick.
was this was in the playoffs.
Fuck you, bitch.
Because I was there. I was there for a doubleheader. So Cedric hit the ball to University, a home run, right? The fucking ball bounced in the center of the street and then bounced across, right? And I was like, God damn, it had to have been like 450.
Did they play when? I don't think that field was up when they played. Was
Bro,
I really
uh,
think it was at
was.
LCU's field.
I
Yeah.
was there when I was there. Yeah. It had
Yeah,
to be.
because what's his name? God damn, I've been drinking, so I'm gonna forget some names. But God, he was our little ace pitcher.
Joel?
No, it wasn't Joel.
It was
PJ.
PJ?
Yeah, PJ.
Trevino, right?
PJ Trevino. So PJ was throwing this game, right? And I can't remember if he was throwing when Cedric hit the home run and he got ejected or whatever in the same game. But I remember Cedric Benson hitting a gapper that got fielded by the center fielder. Center fielder clean throw, turns back around, throws it to cutoff. By the time that ball got thrown to cutoff, he was rounding third base. And I had never seen anybody run that fast in my entire life.
Yeah, he was a beast. Too bad he went to Texas, but fuck that puto.
And R.I.P.
And R.I.P. Goddamn. Damn.
Real quick, man, but before we fucking leave, man, I want to ask you, do you have any addictions? Do you battle any addictions? And how do you battle it?
Any addictions? Besides, I'm blessed to have my mom living with me right now. I think the only addiction that we have is the fucking game rooms here in Lubbock. That's the only addiction we have,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. And I hate it because we'll fucking go play game rooms. We'll come home, we'll play games on our fucking phone, but it's just, I don't know.
So you don't battle it, like you
It's
give
just-
into it?
Man, I don't know. It's just, I don't
No,
know.
I get it. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes my mom happy. So that's like, she got me onto it. She got us onto it, but it's just, that's what she loves to do, man.
Yeah.
And that makes me fucking happy. You know what I mean? So if I had any addiction, it'd probably be gambling. I would say gambling right now. Which is a little crazy, but it's,
I'm so like I don't know. I don't know the word, lack of a better word, but I'm just like so mad at myself
why?
because it took like a lot of preparation to be disciplined in my mind.
What do you mean?
What I'm getting at is like discipline in my mind to, bro, I'm so addicted to food, bro. For real.
Food?
So I can't tell you how many times I've
That's not an addiction, though.
It
JP.
is. No, it
it's
is,
not.
bro. I promise you,
You
it
need
is.
food to
It
eat. Like,
is,
that's
bro.
not,
It
it's a
is.
necessity. Like,
No,
you need
it's
fuel.
not. I'm addicted to food because it's, bro, like to get my mind strong enough to say I need to eat only the food that I cook. You know what I mean? No fast food, no. And I was on a great path to like I lost 20 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm on a great path. And so I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, I know it's gonna be a vacation, but I don't want to go to Miami. I don't. And she's like, why? I go, because when we get to Miami, it's just like food, and we're gonna go to the beach, and we're gonna eat food and food and food and food.
And get fucked up.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm so disciplined right now, I'm gonna fuck it up. Sure enough, bro, like I'm praying to God. I'm praying, like, please don't ruin my not the addiction, but don't ruin my discipline. And then we come, of course, we get to Miami, and it's like we gotta go here, and then stuff in our face. So then I come back from vacation, and it's like, okay, cool, we're back on track. And I can't get back on track, bro. It's like, let's just Uber Eats fucking Wiener Schnitzel. Let's just Uber, like, and no, and I
No.
get it. Like, I get what y'all are saying. Like, it's not it is an addiction,
I'm
bro.
not saying it's not an addiction, but
Like-
it's something that you have control over.
So I'm
You let that
trying. I'm
shit.
trying. Like, I had my mind right. I had my discipline, and I had my concerns. And I told my wife, like, I don't want to go to Miami. My game, like it's gonna fuck up my progress. And I get it. It's our vacation, but when we come back, I'm gonna fuck it up. And sure enough, I fucked it up. And it eats at me and eats at me. So like, I'm trying my best to get like back into the disciplined ways. Like I don't need none of this shit. And she would get mad at me because we would have lunches with San Juan. We'd have fucking dinners with Paul, and she'd be like, "Motherfucker, like, you're gonna order this?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, I'm not fucking up no more.
Yeah.
I'm not. But then I fucking knew when we went to vacation, I was gonna fuck it up. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you like it's vacation. I'm not going to vacation to fucking exercise on the beach and like not enjoy life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then when I
But
came
it's just
back,
like what you said, you want to enjoy it.
but when I came back, I can't transition to what the fuck it was.
You can. There's one thing that you've always told me, dude. Oh, so you got me into the working out thing, right? What is the one thing you've always said? We're here to work, goddammit. That mindset right there, you carry that shit into when you come back. I'm back. We're here to work, goddammit. That mindset right there alone, I play that shit in my fucking head sometimes when I feel like, you know what I went through with this stupid bicep bullshit, dude. And I play that shit after I went to the ortho specialist, got the results, cool. We're here to work. We're here to work. And that's been my, dude, you can ask her, bro. That's been my mindset, like, shit, going forward. So that should be, you know, go along with what you preach.
Yeah,
You
it
get what I'm
should.
saying?
It should.
You can. You can. You can't tell me to do it if you ain't doing it.
No, I know. Like, I'll kill it in the gym, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
I get
fucking
it.
kill it in the gym. And then my dumbass mind was like, "You killed in the gym. You deserve a Whopper." You know what I mean?
Nah.
I can't.
But you're more strong minded than that, bro. You're more strong minded than that. I know you are. It's just it's just a daily fight, bro. A daily fight. You just gotta this is a daily thing. You don't it's just gonna happen overnight. It's a daily fucking fight you're gonna go through. You get what I'm saying? It's just like
yeah.
I mean, you know it. That you have things lined up in front of you. Now let's go get it.
Freezer full of fucking food, bro. And I'm Uber eating food. And it's and it's not because I feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's not because I feel fucking horrible ordering it, and I feel fucking horrible as soon as I fucking eat it. And then tomorrow, same fucking shit, bro. It's an addiction that I fucking pray. I pray to God, like, drop this fucking addiction to just immediate satisfaction for food.
You pray. Be careful what you ask for. You ask him for it, he's gonna put you through it. He ain't gonna do it for you. He's
Yeah,
gonna put it in
you're
front
right.
of you.
You're
You
fucking
you
right.
overcome that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't even have to pray. You just have to do it. It's
I
already
pray
there.
about it because that's how addicted I am to fucking food, bro.
Yeah, but you pray about it. Be
We'll-
careful what you
hey,
pray for.
Hey,
bro.
we'll start tomorrow. We'll start tomorrow.
It's fucking crazy. It really is, man.
Oh, you-
like
You
I-
got it.
like,
It's so fucking.
I will
bro, you
outwork
got
a
it.
motherfucker in
Exactly.
the gym, but diet wise, bro, I got no discipline, for real.
No, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, we'll
Shit,
start
you
it.
don't-
We'll start it
You
tomorrow.
don't.
It's
you-
there. I
so
know
I'm
it's
gonna,
there.
I'm gonna interrupt you because you have to have discipline to go to the fucking gym every day. You have the discipline.
Tell him how early you go or how
Fuck,
early you were going.
You
there.
have discipline. It's just a matter of applying it to different parts of your life, man. Right? You have it, so don't say you don't have discipline. Because, man, I took damn near 4 years off from going to the gym. And you talking about not having discipline, not getting your ass up and just saying, look, feel like shit, go to the gym, do something about it. You feel like shit, do something about it. Right? You have the discipline because you live in the gym. You have discipline. Just imagine now. Let's just apply it to a different part of your life now.
Yeah.
So you have it. You just gotta apply it now to what is making you feel and what you're breaking down right now. I feel like you're on the path. You recognize it. You know what the problem is, and now you just gotta fucking hit it. You just gotta fucking apply it.
But it's
And
just
the hardest
so fucking hard.
So you talk about addictions like this beer and alcohol that's in front of me. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything, man. I said the thing that if I have one, I'm having one after another. Man, if you're gonna invite me out, let's have 2 beers. I ain't fucking. Don't waste my fucking time. I want to fucking drink. Right? Don't fucking waste my time. You don't mind fucking. You can give me 1 beer. I'm gonna have one after and fucking another, and we're gonna have some shots. We're gonna have a fucking good time.
Yeah. And then if you say no to a shot, he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
"That's why I don't fuck with you.
That's why you're soft.
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with you."
He ain't even from the 90s.
No, but you
That's
talk
why I
about
don't fuck
addiction.
with
Like if you can't just drink 1 beer and set it down and walk away, that's an addiction to me.
Yeah.
I have, and so I work hard and I take care of everybody that I need to. But man, I feel like the addiction is if I can't go to the bar or to the restaurant and have 1 beer, 2 beers and walk away, that's an addiction because it's alcoholism. It's not a full blown alcoholic. There's different types of alcoholics I think in the world, and so there's full blown alcoholics. There's working alcoholics. There's functioning alcoholics. The alcoholism in my life is that I can't just go to hang out and have a couple beers and go home. Because once I have 1 or 2 and we get to talking, we have a good time. We're gonna have some shots. We're gonna fucking have a good time, right? That's addiction. I think in some type of way. That's where my demise is that I can't have 1 or 2 and go fucking home. I'm just not gonna show up. Just not gonna fucking do it. You know?
You can do that at home.
I don't like. I can't have 1 or 2 beers. So if I have 1 or 2 beers, I'm drinking all day. I'm drinking all night. I'm gonna get a good buzz, go to bed.
I'm drinking
right?
till I stop.
Yep. And so that's an addiction to me. That's a problem that I have to address within myself. But eating good and man, I love to eat too, man. I mean shit. But I don't think it's an addiction. I think it's just, hey, let's apply the discipline to a different part of your life.
Yeah, like it's just so hard to apply the discipline in my life for every aspect to the food.
Man,
I
our
would get
culture
up,
though, right?
you know, like I will get up early to go to work. I'll fucking everything that requires discipline. I'm all for it, except my fucking diet, bro.
Man, but our culture, JP, right? Fuck, our culture fucking teaches us to fucking
Eat everything.
Eat and drink.
Eat
good.
everything. Yeah.
Man, like, cause shit. If you had food on the table, it was a blessing. You better go eat because it might not. You might not eat again the rest of the day, or you might not eat. You know, if you don't get in there before your brothers or your sisters or the family, you're not gonna. There may not be nothing left, right? Man, but man, I think our culture, and it's not bad, but the type of food we eat, the shit we, you know, and how many times we eat. Hey, come, because that was our love for grandma and mom and grandma and tias. What's the first thing they do when they ask you, how you doing, mijo? You hungry?
No,
Get you something to eat.
for sure.
Right? They just want to feed you because that's the way they love you, man. They want to make you something to eat. They're going to show you that way, right? It's not like, you know, that's just the way how we show our love.
But it's just like it sucks because I've been for all y'all known me, I've been a fat dude. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that fat dude no more. So like trying my ass off, it just sucks. It really does.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to change those
Just
habits, man.
You can't preach a mentality into somebody else and not take it for yourself, bro. It's there.
It's going to be hard.
You can't sit there and tell me whenever we're hitting it, hey, we're here to work, motherfucker. We're here to work. You can't sit there and be like, I'm going to hit this shit in this gym and I'm going to go home and eat like shit. Because you showed me a whole different thing that you got me into this shit. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
And for you to be like, oh man, I can't do it. You can fucking do it. Everybody here knows you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a little.
It's just saying.
You be at home, man.
What I'm saying is just like, it's an addiction. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know what I'm gonna say to you every day, motherfucker. I'm gonna hold your ass accountable. Hey,
and we
don't be
just
eating
get
that
rid
bullshit.
of it. We get rid of addictions. We or live with them, but we can do more. That's why I said, hey, tomorrow will be a complete different day, and
Yeah, for sure.
so by September 29th, we are gonna fucking look like we belong where we're at.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So let's do that.
JP.
I said that. I said yesterday. I said we're gonna lose 30 pounds. I'm talking about you and I. We're gonna lose 30 pounds.
I'll challenge. I'll jump in the challenge.
You want to lose 30 pounds?
I wanna lose 30 with you.
We can all weigh
Let's
in.
weigh in. Let's weigh in and let's push each other. Hold
All
each other
right.
accountable.
We can weigh in
What do you think, JP?
tomorrow or
Like,
this week.
Bro, I'm all for it. Like, I really am. I hate to sound like a little bitch, but
Nah, you good, bro.
We'll create
is
the
what we're
whole
here
entire
for.
regiment.
No, I get it.
I want you to.
I
I want
get
you to
it.
talk.
It's just like-
So whenever the tailgates menu come up, let's make sure that the chicken and the protein's in there without.
well, bro.
Hey, we just need to be eating. Drinking whiskey. That's it.
So check,
Drinking White Claws and eating chicken, baby.
no, like my wife can vouch for this. Like, food is such an addiction. We're joking right now, right?
Right.
We're joking. Food is such an addiction that at our tailgates, I don't eat all day.
Shit.
I don't eat all day.
God damn.
And I'll drink all day because I'm like, babe, I can't eat. Cause I'm gonna fuck my diet up. So I'll just drink bourbon all day. It's that bad that I know that food is an addiction for me. Like, it is. I know we're joking, and I hate to
No, we're
damper on it.
Nah, we're listening to you, bro.
You know what I mean?
I
I'm
think,
listening
but
to
here's the deal. I think. I wouldn't even say I think. I know that it means a lot to you because you wouldn't be opening up to us. But I know that the discipline that you have in other areas of your life, you can do it, man. It's just a matter of just saying, you know what, fuck it, man. Because if you want to be here for a long time, man, you're gonna have to change your habits. And I say habits because I don't think it's an addiction. I think it's what you're used to, your comfort zone, what you go to make you feel better. Man, it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be to not because that shit makes you feel back into your comfort zone. It's okay to be uncomfortable, JP. It's fucking okay. And I think that you have it in you. I know you do. That your discipline will take you into different parts of your life. And maybe this is the transition part that you have to deal with. It's going to be hard for you.
No, I mean, it is.
Maybe this is a talk that you needed to have to be like, you know what?
And I feel, and maybe it's a challenge, and we say, hey, look, every week, let's weigh in. Where do we fuck up? Because we're going to fuck up. Like, we're going to try to lose 30 pounds. So I'm with you. I'll lose 30 pounds. Right? That's going to be my goal with you. And it's going to take a more disciplined diet. It's going to take away from what we're used to doing. And we're going to have to make changes. Are we going to come in weeks where we fuck up 1 day or 2 days? Yeah, we will. Because we're gonna go to the fucking the skydive. We're gonna go to the skydive. We're gonna fucking eat, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna fucking tear it up. But man, hey, if we can limit those days and cut them down, maybe if we're doing it 4 or 5 days a week, let's cut it down to 2 or 3, and then say, you know what, I don't need it 2 or 3 days a week. Let's cut it down to 1 day a week or whatever.
And that's the thing. Like, it just pisses me off because I have the discipline to fucking wrap my mind around it and control it, and then I don't know, 1 or 2 days of fucking off, and then boom. But I try my hardest. I try so hard, and I even like pray to God, like, don't let me enjoy this. Like, don't. You know what I mean? And then it snowballs into going back to my old habits, and I'm just like, what? Like, I tried and I worked so hard to get what the fuck, and oh, dude.
Bro, you gotta be careful what you ask God for, man.
No, yeah.
Dude, you ask God for this is a big thing. He's gonna throw all the sweets at you.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna throw it. It's up to you.
Potlucks.
It's up to you to do it, man. He's
And
gonna
I
put
know,
you through.
like-
You asked him for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's gonna take you through that test, bro. And it's up to you to fucking fight through it. We know you can. Everybody here knows you can.
No, yeah. Like, it just, I'm crying because it's just, that's how much of an internal battle that I have within myself. And the emotions, of course, are coming out. But I know exactly what the fuck needs to be done. I fucking have done it several times. It's just like, it's something always just like pulls me back to my old habits.
Probably
And
the
that's
devil.
what pisses me the fuck off, man.
By the devil.
JP, how old are we, man?
I'm 42.
43?
36.
29.
Yeah. Let me ask you
You
this,
look
man.
it.
When you develop habits in your life, and I call it habits, I don't call it addiction. When you develop habits, man, you're 40 years old. They're hard to break, bro. They're fucking hard to break. I've always been on a roller coaster with my weight, man. I get to working out for 2, 3, 4 years, and I drop weight. I eat real good. And then I'll go 3 or 4 years. The last 3 years since COVID, man, I fucking gained so much weight. Drank all the fucking time, ate like shit, and I went back up, man, and I started feeling like shit. I'm going, man, if I want to stay here for, I'm gonna kill myself if I keep going the way I'm going. I gotta get my ass back in. I gotta change my lifestyle. I gotta get back on track. And man, you talking about going 3, 4 years with just drinking and eating? Because my life, what I do, it's easy to drink 5, 6, 7 days a week. It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
Because, I got people paying for beers. I got people buying dinners. And it's easy for me to be out there. Easy 3 or 4 days a week with shit getting paid for. But, man, you just got to make a decision when you say, you know what? I don't want this no more, man. I don't want this feeling. I don't want the fucking guilt. I don't want the pain. I don't want the headaches. I don't want shit. My blood pressure was out the fucking roof, man. I come home with headaches, man. And then I drink 2 or 3 fucking beers. I get mad because I didn't feel good, and then I go and drink.
To throw salt on the wound.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck, when? You know what? I got to make a change. I got to make a lifestyle change. I got to fucking do something. Now when I get home, I'm like, hey, I was going early mornings to work out on my own, try to get my own pace. And then when I got to a level, then my kids, I'm able to work out with my kids in the evenings now. And man, it's great. But been doing that about 4 days a week. But man, the lifestyle changed, right? Instead of going to the bar and meeting up with suppliers or guys that want to take you out and network, you're like, nah, you know what? I'd rather go hang out with my kids and go work out and get a workout in because I feel better when I come home after that. So I think it's just your habits and but we developed those over the years, and I think it's hard to break. But man, it ain't no harder than going to the fucking gym every day. It's not, dude. I really don't think it's like, because if you have the discipline to do that, you got the discipline to do anything.
I think the diet's the hardest part, though.
It really is.
The diet is the hardest
For
part.
me, it is.
That's 80% of your fucking, that whole workout.
Yeah.
It's fucking 20% in the gym. That whole 80% is the fucking what you eat, right or wrong,
No,
that's
it
right.
is.
as a trainer.
Yeah,
But if you have discipline enough to go to the gym,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you can break the bad habits with your discipline. Is my opinion.
No,
If you
100%
got
right.
self-control discipline, if you can make yourself get up and go to the gym, I think you have that discipline is good enough to break the bad habits that you created.
Yeah,
I think, in my opinion.
and it's gonna be a daily. It's gonna be a daily battle. It
What do
is
you
a
think,
daily
Eric,
battle.
on that? Because you deal with guys.
Oh
like-
no,
I mean,
that's a
people.
true story, and I battle myself too. But I'm there every fucking day, also, and I have better weeks than other weeks as far as eating, as far as working out. I got lax in the last month or so, and it could be because I've just been so fucking busy. And on Monday, I got underneath the weights. Was not near as strong as I had been for the last few years, and I was like, all right, I think I fucked up over here. So, and I take care of other people so much that I don't have time to take care of myself, even though I'm there all the time. So now, and I said on Monday, I started last Monday. I started last Monday. I was like, all right, I got to get my strength back. I got to get down to the weight that I was at, and my mind automatically said, I need to get these 30 pounds back off again. So we're losing 30 pounds.
So so you work up in the
Lifestyle center.
lifestyle center. So like we can drop in there Monday, Tuesday, go weigh in.
Yeah.
So Monday or tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I got a scale over there, so
So-
you
So
can.
we need to go weigh in, and and then we'll hold each other accountable week to week.
Yeah.
And we'll make it a weekly deal where we go weigh in and say, look, and then we'll just.
And I said September 29th because that day we're supposed to have our shirts off.
Oh shit! These girls ain't gonna know how to act over there, boy.
They already don't know how to act.
Oh shit!
It's the other ones they don't know how to act either. They're gonna have to start fighting for their positions again.
Yeah.
So I got off on my little tangent, but do you battle any
Yeah,
addictions?
so I went
Yeah,
into
he said-
the alcohol, man. Alcohol has been one of the deals that's held me back. I feel like I can't drink one beer without drinking 10. That it's hard, right? It's just, man. I love to have a good time, man. I love doing this shit. I love doing it probably too much. I don't know if it because I got a lot of friends, right? I mean I meet people all the time, and man, I don't even have to know you. I can show up and drink a couple beers, and I want to drink all night with you and have a good time and do that stuff. I love it, and I think it's just I love good times. I don't know if I love the alcohol, but it gives me a lot. It helps me open up. It helps me be a lot more conversational.
It's a
and so-
tool
and
to
so-
to help have the great time or
And maybe it
moment.
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what my excuse, but my addiction, to answer your question, I think is this right here, because I don't know when to shut it off. I don't know when to say stop. The good times keep rolling, and I just keep drinking. And
Yeah.
so, but I will say this. So far, it hadn't affected my work and how I provide for my family. But if I don't control it, it may affect it down the road.
Yes. Or just
'Cause-
affect the family.
Right.
Just in general. Like,
right.
you can
So-
still go to work and the family are like,
Yeah,
man,
that's too much.
yeah.
It's too much. And so, yeah, to answer your question, man, alcoholism is it developed these habits over the years, and
Yeah, when we started
Man,
young,
it's-
then
yeah,
we
so
started young.
it's not just a hey, let's go have a beer. It's like if you invite me for a beer, you better be off tomorrow. Type shit. Right?
Yeah. Because we're gonna get fucked
Because
up.
hey, can you come have a beer? I'm like, well, you know what that means. If you're inviting me out, we're going balls to walls. And so
If I have an addiction, and I'm not even saying it's a full blown addiction, but it would have to be an alcoholic drinks too. And but the thing is, I can have 1 or 2 or 3, or I can have 35 of them. So the 35, we're really having a good ass fucking time. If I drink 3, it's because we're just chilling. Maybe we're just eating dinner or whatever. But I for sure, if I perceive I'm having a good time, I have to have a drink also. If we're podcasting, if I made steaks in the backyard, if we went tailgating, it's everything always involves alcohol. Now, I'm aware of that, and like right now, I might be pretty drunk, but tomorrow I may have 1 or 2, and then just want to just go to sleep. Tuesday I may not have any. Wednesday I may have 5. So it's not like, oh shit, I need to have this shit every fucking day, and I need to have 15 of them.
So that's why I said there's different type of alcoholism. Like tomorrow I won't have a beer or alcohol. Tuesday I won't have alcohol. Wednesday I'm probably gonna have some alcohol because I play in the old man's softball league. So of course when we play we'll have some
And drinks afterwards,
we'll
or
have some-
before and after.
Yeah, right. So we'll drink beer league softball, and then Thursday, maybe, but then Friday, of course, and then we're
Saturday,
yeah, we're
Saturday,
gonna go-
Saturday.
yeah, Saturday, right? So, well, yeah. So, kind of know how, but 3 or 4 days out of the week, we're having some beverages, right? So that's Saturday, Sunday, probably maybe Friday night. Every case may be. Sometimes I work my ass off so much that Friday I just go to bed. Like sometimes I
Yeah,
just like,
you might have to go to sleep.
yeah, we just hang it up on Friday. But what my deal is like, I don't have to have it. Like I don't have to like go like. But once you open that first beer, I think that's where my alcoholism comes in. Once you have that first drink, there's no shut off valve. Once you open the spout, man, it's
That's gonna pour.
it's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you say, hey, you don't need, we got shit to do, we're not fucking with, all right, we're not drinking. But once we have that one, we're going. No, we don't give a fuck after that.
No, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
for
where
sure.
that's where my addiction comes in. I think there's different types of addiction on that part. Because I've seen alcoholics show up at 6, 7 in the morning buying a beer at the stores and shit like that.
Yeah.
And-
I think we
and-
all have. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not me, but not to say that I don't have a addiction because, man, goddamn, once Boke starts drinking, he don't give a fuck, right? Because
He's gonna
I'm
keep on.
drinking all fucking like, you want to go drink? We're gonna go drink. Don't invite me out you for fucking 2 beers. You're wasting my time.
And there's probably a fight's gonna happen.
No, not anymore.
It just go home.
Now I just fight with Christina when I go home.
But what I really truly believe is like maybe not. I can't even put it into like a thought or a theory, but all of us, all my boys, we get fucked up, and it's not considered for me or any of y'all to be an addiction. You know what I mean? But to hear this is fucking eye-opening, like for real. Because I never thought you would say it's alcohol that's my addiction.
I know my personality. If I did any kind of drug, I'd probably be on the streets. If I did legit drug, I'd be homeless. Because my personality is, we're going balls to walls.
Yeah,
Or fucking,
yeah,
we
yeah.
ain't doing it, right? But once, if you get a drug in you and you get an addiction, like a real fucking, like, and so I say this because my brother battles addiction, and I don't want to go into this because it's a whole different podcast, but I've seen it firsthand. You know how they say the gateway drug is alcohol, marijuana.
Marijuana, yeah.
I saw it firsthand for my brother. I won't touch drugs because I know my personality. Because if I did, I'd be in a bad place in my life. Because that's just my personality. I got an addicted personality. Once I do something, I want to do it more and more and more, right? And so it's hard, man. It's hard. Like, and I think there's more stories to be told on this podcast, and that's probably going to be another deal where, like, hey, how do you deal with your family's addiction
Trauma.
to drugs, and how it's tore up your family and how it's affected you and your loved ones? Because fuck it, that shit. There's some drugs out there that I consider the devil, and that's the reason I respect drugs so much. So I won't touch them. You know.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know,
Fuck
I have a problem with alcohol to a certain extent, but man, I won't touch drugs. I will not touch it because I know how it destroys the people around you. And I'm not saying alcohol doesn't do that, but fucking those drugs are a whole different level, brother. Man. So
And it seems to me like there's no turning back from drugs.
it's hard. I don't know. And there's
It's very
there's
few and
some
far
success
between.
stories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's some, but
But
for
it's
the majority,
minimum numbers compared to
yeah. And I think maybe Adrian probably attests to some of that, right? You dealt with some of that in your
Mm-hmm.
personal, close to you, right? And you know, we could probably have a whole podcast on how the drug trade has affected us in our families.
Close family.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about brothers and sisters and
Yeah.
mom and dads and all that good stuff, man. You know, so.
I mean, it's all for profit for.
Right. Something makes somebody rich, but at the same time, it's affecting a bunch of our
But
families.
what I'm
and loved
saying
ones.
is like it's all for profit for whatever the agenda is, and we're just the pawns in the game. Like we're just
Fuck
them.
We're the
that's,
dumb
that's a
motherfuckers gonna be
flamingo.
buying it.
That's
Yeah.
a flamingo
yeah.
podcast
You're
too,
right.
right?
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. But
'Cause there's an agenda on everything.
yeah,
Drugs for sure is an agenda. Like
think
for
so.
sure, for sure.
It's a
it
$1 billion.
is.
It's a $1 billion business, man. You don't think
And-
they're not
and-
gonna shut down that
No,
cash flow?
and especially when our addiction came from our own government. So, and
Reaganomics, bro.
and that's it.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's how he's getting the deep dive right there. He's talking shit like
Right.
that, boy.
Shout out Donnie Flamingo. Shout out Donnie.
This
Keep
motherfucker's
that
be
shit
walking
going,
around with a
man.
big dick. on Thursday mornings, be walking around with a big ass fucking dick. Like
I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Donnie is always the motherfucker that comments on YouTube, like blah blah blah. Like,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, for sure, man. But I'll let that be the outro. You got any shout outs, bro?
Just family, my kids, man. Everybody, all my close loved ones, my fucking boys, man. Love y'all, for real. Tommy Aguilar, Mike Velasquez, my cousin Mike De Leon. He's a big supporter of your
Yeah,
show too.
I really want Mike and Eric to have a podcast together, man, because they're both all heavily into fitness, and to have a podcast with both of them, it'd be.
yeah, hell yeah.
Boke, you got any shout outs,
Man,
bro?
shout out to you, JP. Bring me back to back. But I really have to say this to my wife, Christina, because she got on my ass. She said, well, you didn't say my wife. She goes, you shout out Christina. And I said, well,
Oh, she listened.
she did. She acted like she didn't. She goes, oh, since I'm just Christina.
I can't believe wives do that.
And, so, yeah, shout out
You're
to
new,
hey,
Boke. You're new to the game.
hey, JP. So you know, she's really helped me together over the years, man. And so shout out to my wife, Christina, of course, my kids, and then, you know, like I said, man, shout out to you guys. What you're doing here, man, it's good shit, and I can't applaud it enough. You know, for you opening up the way you done. Out of all the podcasts that we've listened to, I don't know if it's gotten that deep for you, man. And I'm glad it has, because I think it's kind of brought out something in you, you know, that we're here, and just shout out to you guys, man. Everybody that's involved in everything you are doing here, man. It's special, and I know it means a lot to a lot of different people. And I didn't realize it, man, when I really didn't want to listen to the podcast because I didn't want to hear myself talk. You know, feel like it's just kind of, you know, it's hard to hear yourself talk. And you know, when I listen to it, man, and then the feedback, some of the people that we got
that
from
really
it,
fuck with you.
that
That
listen
you didn't
to
even
it,
know.
and they're sending me feedback like, "Hey, man, y'all had some good perspective on things, and you know that was good shit." And I didn't realize how impactful it is to come out here and talk.
No, yeah, for sure.
And so
It makes you feel better.
and you know it does, man. But it makes you feel better that if you made somebody who's positive in what they listen to, man, and their perspective, and gave them a different outlook that they just didn't open themselves up to, man. And what you guys are doing here, man, it's good shit. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I would love to, and it don't have to be a podcast. I would love to just go sit down and have lunch or dinner with
For sure.
all the old guests and the guys that we hadn't seen in a long time, man. Like San Juan and Thomas, and you know, shit. I see Tommy out, man, but I hadn't really sat down and bullshitted, and Paul, you know, and man, I would just, it's like a little reunion. Just let's just
Bro,
sit down.
we need to find more of us.
So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we need to find the rest of us that were on that 98 squad too.
I really
it's good shit, man. And shout out to everybody.
I
that's
feel
doing that
special. I really do. I feel special, but I really don't think that, like, the group of guys that we have, you just said San Juan, Paul, all of, like, House, like,
shit. Signs, Jacob Signs.
like,
yeah.
like,
Shout out
for real,
Jacob Signs,
like,
man, because
But I'm not saying Signs because he's in Pennsylvania. I'm talking like tomorrow. You know what I mean? The people that would show up for us, I have like zero confidence in any other people that can like bring a circle together like we could. For real.
yeah.
Like
No
bullshit.
no
for
bullshit,
real.
yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, in a wrong way. Like, I really truly believe, like, if I send out a text message and you send out a text message like, hey, we need to all come together tomorrow,
Yeah,
we would have like 60 guys deep.
and that's true. That's true.
For real.
I think because a lot of it has to do with what, football, and then we go outside of football, and we got all the guys outside of football. Fucking second in Detroit.
Yeah.
We can go out there with a whistle.
And
you know what I
that's
mean,
hard
guys?
to say, bro. It
And
really
no,
is.
And it's,
It
and
is.
it's badass because if you needed any of them, Big Luke talks so much shit. He's the biggest Care Bear ever, and he'll have your back like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, that's what we do, right? We all talk shit, but then if somebody needed somebody, they're gonna be there.
Speaking of that, shout out to Bobby G, Big Lou, Monty, Joseph, Ryan, all those guys again, because, and I'm leaving off names, Joe, Nick, and a lot of those guys that are around all the time. But shout out to those guys, because this next Saturday we're doing that fundraiser for our boys, and
Yep.
they've been a big part of donating money and getting all the supplies together. And when, like you said, man, whenever a need is there, they're there to support us. So this Saturday coming up,
And I'm glad I was
and,
going to promote that, but I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah.
So, but man, it wouldn't happen without the circle that we're talking about. The guys that the circle we have, and you ever need anything, So we're having a barbecue fundraiser this Saturday at Western Little League. Start at 11 a.m. That's Marshall Sharp in Milwaukee, the Little League Park there at the concession stand. We're going to be selling barbecue sandwich plates with sausage wrap plates and snow cones and stuff like that.
So I'm going to cut you off. If you fuck with Lubbock and you're fucking Lubbock, like, you have the opportunity to send 2 kids from fucking Lubbock to represent Lubbock. Like, come out. Like, what's $10, really and truly? Come out, buy a barbecue plate, and send these kids off. 2 of the best. I mean, from what I hear, they got to be the top 18 to even get recruited and invited. So, obviously, they're the top 18 in the region. Send these kids off and really and truly buy a barbecue plate, $10. Send these kids off to shine for the 806, man. And where's that going to be at, David?
Western Little League, Marshall Sharp in Milwaukee. The Little League there. We sit off the highway, across the other side of Target, right? So,
Shit, do a podcast out there.
so
I got to work. Unfortunately, I'll have to work, but I'm going to definitely send my money over to get them. And that being said, I'm
we'll
going to put
deliver
it...
plates. If you have an order of 5 or more, we'll deliver some plates out to you. So if you got if you're working and you got 8 people over there or 10 people, shit, send us an order. We'll come deliver them to you.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. And then an order to phone number.
Yeah, we can do it to my phone number, 806-544-7269. You can text us an order, let us know where you're at, an address, and then we'll get those plates over there. We'll post the prices and everything this week. We've kind of been holding out, man. It's expensive to cook barbecue, so
For sure.
man, it's not fucking cheap. Good thing is that we have friends like Adrian, you guys, and man, all the guys that are gonna cook, that can supply the supplies. Man, it's been a blessing, and just to help go support these boys, man. And we talked about it, like we budget for shit, but man, we come back, and, man, it's hard to go for 7 days, or 5, 6, 7 days out there after you come back from a season-long baseball season and vacation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. Man, if you can support it. If not, well, you know what, man, maybe next time. But, man, definitely it's good barbecue. These guys cook really good, and they know what they're doing. So
Yeah, so if you're looking for lunch on Saturday, this coming Saturday, yeah, man, holler at David or head out to Western Little League.
11?
11
That
a.m.
being
start time.
said, we reached our goal. We reached my goal for the backpack and school supply.
Oh, we'll add more, though.
No, like, here's the thing. I appreciate everyone, all of y'all. Kipo, Zimmerly, San Juan, Thomas, that, like, have, like, and Francisco, that's like, hey, I'm going to donate all this for a raffle. I'm not going to do a raffle. I personally don't have the time in my schedule right now to, like, decipher raffles and trying to get, like, Venmo and, you know what I mean? I don't want to fuck it up. I reached my goal, and I appreciate everyone that fucking donated. Like, thank you. So I got my goal. I'm about to buy some backpacks and school supplies. From what I decipher, I think it's going to be about, like, 20 backpacks and school supply for 20 people.
badass,
That's still fucking awesome, bro.
badass.
That's still fucking badass.
You can sell some of your shoes.
No, go fuck yourself. So,
Send me a couple of your caps.
They sell your mama's shoes.
Hold on a second.
Send me a couple of them New Era caps.
I have no idea how we were talking
Hey,
about my shit.
Hey, you and Ramos can
Hey,
sell
you
some
talk
of your
about that
goddamn
addiction.
shoes, man.
Hey, you talk about that addiction. About buying shoes and caps.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
that's y'all's
that.
So
addiction.
that's not my addiction anymore. I have a hat.
Fixed it.
I have a cap collection like crazy. Obviously, I got a sneaker room in my house.
Whiskey.
And y'all can go fuck yourselves. We're talking about school supplies and backpacks.
My bad.
So I really truly believe $500 is probably gonna give me. I don't know. I'm gonna YouTube it all because I don't want to be accused of wasting people's money. But that being said, I appreciate everyone that's donated and everyone that wanted to fucking continue the raffle to add more money. I just don't have the time to like collect the money and do the raffle. Like, I'm sorry, if I had a team, I'd be all for it, but it's just me, and I'm sorry. But I set the goal, I met the goal, and I fucking thank you from the bottom of my fucking heart. Thank you guys, because next year it's gonna be double. So we met the goal. Next year will be twice as much. And
So here's the deal,
yeah.
JP. I have a suggestion. So next time you hear somebody need a DJ or needing X whatever pictures or whatever the lawn service, so hey, look, I got a guy to come do it. And you take the money and you put it in that little
Oh, for
envelope.
sure. Yeah.
And you say, guy, come do your lawn. It's going to cost X amount of dollars. You put that money in that envelope and you save it for this time next year. And you say, okay, you find somebody that can do that. And,
Yeah.
and you do that for them.
I'm down for that. I really am.
And save it for the college.
It's just like right now it's crunch time. I know school starts on August 14th, so I want to like get everything set by at least August 1st. You know
Where
what
are
I
you
mean?
gonna do that?
So I'm gonna buy all the shit. I'm gonna buy like I'm gonna go through LISD and like figure out the most
Where they need it the most.
like the most common shit, and buy all that, put it in the backpack, and you'll have a backpack with school supplies. You know what I mean? But that being said, I still haven't like figured out how I'm gonna get like the kids that are in need, and I've talked to like teachers right now that have given me some ideas. But it's not gonna be a fucking backpack drive where you can afford it, but let's just go get a free backpack. No, this is gonna be for kids that
Truly
fucking need it. Yeah,
I think you start at McWhorter, Wolford, where your heart is, and you reach out to some counselors and say, hey, I have X amount of backpacks. If you got some kids that show up to school that don't have their shit, you designate that shit.
But I can't like thank the people enough. I really can't. I set a goal for $500, thinking I wouldn't even reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because me and Ramos on Christmas were like, let's help a family in need for Christmas, and no one even suggested a family, right? So I'm thinking like, well, I might get a couple $100, dude. This is weeks before the deadline, and I've already reached $500 fucking dollars, and I cannot thank y'all enough, for real.
That's your network.
Yeah.
That's the people you mess with. Man.
So, bro, like, thank y'all for donating. I'm gonna like cash out the $500, buy the backpacks, buy the school supplies, and if you are in need, reach out to JP Lopez on Facebook, JP Lopez Podcast on Facebook and IG, and we'll most definitely get y'all hooked up for real, because I cannot thank the people that donated enough, like for sure. Like I asked for $1 from everybody, and people were like donating $20, $100, $50. Dude, thank you. Yeah. That being said, you got any shout outs, bro?
I think I already got them out.
I'll give a shout out to Alex, my one and only. She's
Say the
all
wife.
she's
Say the
also
wife,
my
say the
wife.
wife. There you go.
Fuck it up.
I don't want to go home and get in trouble and shit. And I'm gonna have to buy her Brahms and shit to make her feel better.
I'm still learning.
Hey, and so I want to give a shout out to all of y'all too, man. God damn, I'm sitting here and I was like, these are the guys that I looked up to when I first showed up to high school, right? You showed me the ropes. Adrian was a dick to everybody.
He was a dick for everything.
JP started to be my friend.
Fucking asshole.
And so, but for sure, David Bocanegra was the person that from the get go, he was like, God, this fucking kid right here, I'm gonna have to protect him a little bit, and he did. He didn't pick on me at all, and he made sure that I was doing what I needed to be doing. So I always appreciate you, David.
Oh hell yeah, man!
That's badass.
I really appreciate you. So,
I'm sorry, David. For real.
For what,
Sorry,
man?
I'm sorry it took you so long
Oh,
to
man.
jump on, bro.
Hey, we're good, brother. We're good. Man. I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm really am. You know, I think that time time was probably right. I think, man. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure shit out. I'm not talking about this podcast. I'm talking about who I'm gonna end up, being. You right? So I'm still trying to figure shit out. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We're not. We just roll with it, man. And this is good shit. This is the last two Sundays have been, man. I was nervous. I was nervous coming out here last week, and I was nervous when I showed up today. But man, I tell you this, it's been comfortable for me to be here, and just thank you, man. Don't feel bad. Don't apologize. When the time is right, it's right, man. So, man, we've had a good conversation, and I feel good about it, and I'm comfortable, and that's all that matters, man.
I can honestly tell you, like, we were drinking at Eric's house this weekend, and I told Adrian, I said, man, I think I fucked up. He said, what? I said, man, I think I fucked up because I waited too long to ask David on the podcast, man. And I was like, I truly believe he should have been on a long time ago, knowing what I know now. And I was like, I fucked up. And he was like, nah, David don't see it like that. Like, for real.
He don't, bro. He doesn't see it like that at all, man. David's more, I don't know, man. He's
No, we got to wait our turns too, right?
yeah.
I was holding the tree.
You're the
Hit over the shade.
You're the tree.
Till
I was
it's
a
time to
team player,
play.
baby.
Yeah.
I was a team player, man. And man, we go distant, and we go our own paths, and we've done it, man. And I think, man, this is probably a good time for us to come together, and because man, I ain't lived. I did a lot of in the moment type shit, and maybe I wasn't ready to be on here, and a lot of my opinions were probably wrong opinions, and growing a little wiser, and I think, man, I'm comfortable being here, and I've never ever wanted to be expressing myself and telling people my business, and I think now, man, it's a good time.
No, it'll make you feel better.
So don't feel like it's too late, man. I think we're still alive, we're still here, and just like it's not too late to change your habits either, man.
But that
So-
goes to a lesson to be learned for everybody. Like, hey, man, if that motherfucker's in your mind, text that motherfucker.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, let them know, hey, I'm thinking about you, bro.
But
And-
as close as me and Adrian were for all those years, we got distance for a little while.
Yeah.
And man, whenever he texts me, and I can text him, and I see him at the gym, and man, it makes me feel good.
You're
That
like,
we're
"Fuck
still
that
here,
puto."
man. But yeah,
I know he's on TRT.
He saw me when I took my 20s off. I was like, hey.
Hey,
The sauna.
you are Batista.
but in reality, man, we're still alive. There's still time.
No,
Hey, dude,
most
we got-
definitely,
no,
for
we got-
sure.
we
It's
got
not
the
too
whole
late,
thing,
man, 'cause
man.
we could be on the other side of it, right? We've dealt with.
So holler at that homeboy that's in the back of your mind, man. Like, if you fucking think that it's fucking love that's lost, holler at that motherfucker, because that's God speaking to you. Tell him, hey, holler at that dude.
You can almost guarantee that person would love to be hollered at by you.
Yeah,
He
for
probably
sure.
needs it, even though you don't want to. You're like, oh, it's not want to. It's just like, man, I don't want to feel. I want to feel like, yeah.
Fuck with them,
And
ruin his shit.
you know, goddamn, he probably wants to hear from you.
Everybody
You know
that
what
I've
I mean?
gone to war with, when I've gotten introduced to them again, it's like we never missed a beat.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about going to war, like, we played ball together, I've wrestled, we've been in bar fights. Even motherfuckers that would fight with you at a bar fight, they've gone to war with you, and when you see them again, you're like, oh shit. Now, fortunately for me, all of my my bar fights were with JP, so that's why we never left each other.
No, but I get what you're saying, like, for real, because we all lose touch of certain people, and if you're thinking about that person, fucking reach out to them for sure.
It's not too late, man.
It's not- yeah.
Don't wait till it's too late.
Yeah,
too late.
You know,
for
and
sure.
and then we're going like, shit, man.
And lie and steal and cheat because the good die young. So don't be so good that you die young.
I don't know about that. but-
Just like Eddie Guerrero.
I don't know about that. All right.
But
Read some books.
for sure, man. Most definitely. I've got to shout out the person that's like San Juan, man. I can't speak of you highly enough. You coming back into my life, I just can't put it into words on how great and how spiritually like better I am in my life. And it makes me feel so good that Adrian's talking the same shit about you. Like, bro, I can't even put into words my appreciation for you to come back into my life. I love you to death. That being said, shout out whole John Eric Media. Shout out Eric Constancio. I love you, motherfucker. Shout out Jonathan Ramos. Shout out fucking Donnie Flamingo. Everybody knows who the fuck Donnie Flamingo is.
Who is he? That's the sorriest fucking kept secret ever.
Who let it out?
Yeah, but shout out them fuckers,
Like
man.
18 times. Like, motherfucker, I know the fuck you
I
are.
couldn't tell you how many times we had to edit out his name when Ramos fucked up his name on my podcast. But yeah, most definitely shout out my wife. Shout out my mom. And I love you fucking guys. And until next time, take some shots!